Tonight is the night that you all have been waiting for. The 2026 NFL Draft is kicking off in less than a half an hour, and the New York Giants are slated to pick both 5 and 10 in the first round of this year's draft. And we are live to celebrate or to cry or to just react and have some fun here with all of you in the chat. Thank you to everybody joining us. There was a bunch of you waiting for us in here. We're sorry we're a couple minutes late. You know us. We're always a couple minutes late. But shout out to all the OGs. I see NATO. I see NYGFL. I see Sean Evans. I see all of our friends that we know and that we love and that we're happy to watch the NFL draft with. So, guys, it's time to lock in those final predictions. You drop them in the chat. Who's the pick at 5? Who's the pick at 10? You drop them down below. We are super excited. This is Fireside Giants presented by Prize Picks. I'm Anthony Rivardo, and that, as you all know, is Alex Wilson. Alex, how you doing today, my friend? How you feeling? Are you hyped up? Obviously, the draft is in about 20 minutes now, which means the Giants won't pick for another 2 hours, it feels like. No, probably an hour. But, how are you feeling going into the draft?
I'm doing great, man. And fellas, gals, what a day. Let's have a day. Got myself a clean, it's a little clean cut for you guys. Had to look good for the live stream. And I'll tell you what, the Giants, this is the cool thing, Anthony, and you guys too. This is the cool thing. We don't need a quarterback. For the first time in a long time, we don't need a quarterback. So that means we can just enjoy this draft knowing we got our guy. We got Jackson Dart. We don't have to figure out who's going to be the future, who's going to be the QB, who's going to lead this team. We got him already. So we can just sit here and take really good freaking players to make this roster better. And right now we know there's a lot of weaknesses. Cornerback, could use a receiver. Offensive line could always use more support. Interior defensive line. This team has some needs, But this draft in the top 10, we can solve 2 of those needs pretty fast, Anthony. I think that I'm pretty excited about that. We're going to solve 2 big needs. And if we trade back, maybe we even solve a couple more with some extra draft capital. But I'm pretty excited about the fact that even if we stick and pick, 2 big needs on this team will be solved.
Absolutely. I am really hoping that's the case, and I do think that that will be the case. And so, of course, there's a big board out there. Who's going to be the Giants draft pick? Well, you've got Jeremiah Love. You've got Jordan Tyson is now gaining a lot of traction as a potential pick for the Giants. Not at 10, but at 5. You've got Vega Ioane at 10, as somebody in the chat just said. Of course, you've got Sonny Styles. You've got Caleb Downs, Cornell Tate. The world is a Giants' oyster tonight. There's a lot of options out there. And there's really only about 10 blue chip prospects in this draft class. And the Giants are going to get 2 of them for sure. Because it's going to be Mendoza at 1. We're all aware of that. And then at 2, it's going to be probably a pass rusher. And then let the games begin. Because nobody knows what's happening really at 2. Because it's Arvelle Reese, it's David Bailey. But even still, it's going to be one of those 2 guys. And then after that, it's like the Wild West. Could somebody trade up to 3? Could they take Love? Could they take a tackle? Who knows? So this is one of the more exciting NFL drafts and intriguing NFL drafts that we've had in recent years because there's so much confusion. We don't know what's going on. There's random storylines that have nothing to do with football going on in the NFL right now, and I won't even touch on them. But there's a lot going on in the NFL, and there's a lot going on with the Giants. Alex, how are you feeling? What's kind of your feel about how random this NFL draft feels like it's going to be?
I mean, listen, guys, if you're new to the channel, if you're just tuning in after, kind of taking a couple weeks off, I know it's a slow off season at times. Anthony and I have been saying one thing pretty repeatedly. This is the first draft that we're really unsure what's going to happen. Like, we're really we don't know. Last year, we knew it was Abdul Carter, right? We knew that was going to be the pick at 3. This year, John Harbaugh has everybody thinking that we could take Jordan Tyson at 5, right? We have fallen in love with Sonny Styles, with Caleb Downs. We've talked about every single player exhaustively, and Jeremiah Love, add him to the mix. We've heard Peter Schrager, like other guys, talk about how the Giants could take a pass rusher. And we don't need a pass rusher. We have been all over the place trying to figure out what the hell the Giants are going to do. And that's exactly what I want to freaking feel, man. I don't want to feel like I know what the Giants are going to do every single year. I don't want to feel like I have their script already written in front of me. I want to be sitting here like, okay, they're gonna confuse everybody. They're gonna surprise the league. They're gonna surprise us. They could trade back. They could stay put. They could do whatever. That's also a benefit of not needing a quarterback, Anthony. You just don't need to show your cards. You don't need to show your hand every year. When you need a quarterback, it makes it a little bit easier to determine what you're gonna do because you need one of those top guys. But now the Giants can say, let's get confusing. Let's not let any leaks. I'll tell you what, though. Second, this guy Kevin Abrams leaves, there's no freaking leaks anymore. Maybe he's the guy that was leaking everything because, wow, nobody knows what the Giants could do at 5 and 10. And there's only one guy that's really missing from this, unless it was Brian Dable leaking everything to the press, which is also possible. But this has been a problem before Brian Dable or Joe Shane were ever here. This was something that's been happening for a decade. Like, we always kind of had sense on it. We always knew, and now we don't. And I think that's a John Harbaugh kind of, that's what he brings. That's kind of the deception model that he brings to the table. And we've been missing this type of confusion, this type of just management for quite some time.
Yeah, it feels like the leaks have definitely come down this year, not nearly as bad as they have been in years past. So a couple things that I want to hit on. Number one, if you are watching on NFL Network right now, shout out to LPG. They just showed him on the screen. Awesome. He was just on the channel last week. Shout out Joe Ruback, LPG. Hopefully he's having a good time. Hopefully he walks away from the draft in Pittsburgh really happy. Also, big shout out to Adriana. She's over there as well in Pittsburgh for the draft. That's one of my co-hosts over on Giants Collective. Guys, if you don't tune in to Giants Collective, we were just live over there. Great show. Tuesdays, Thursdays. Make sure to tune in. So, Alex, I want to say this. Everybody in here, we love you. We appreciate you. Smash the like button if you're excited for this NFL draft. We're going to be live for the next several hours, and we're really excited about it, but do make sure to smash a like as we get ready for this upcoming draft. We do have a super chat here, the first one of the night rolling in from Jack Whitman, longtime viewer of the channel, one of our most enthusiastic Giants fans from across the pond, saying, hey, Ant and Alex, happy draft day and good morning from the UK. Good morning, sir. What is that? It should be 12:43 over there. Is it 1:43? It's midnight. It's pretty much
5 hours
midnight,
ahead?
past midnight. Yeah, I think it's 5 hours ahead.
12:43.
Yeah, it's either 5 or 6. I don't remember how their daylight savings works compared to ours. So
I have no idea.
Whatever. Anyway, he says, I want the Giants to take a defensive weapon and an offensive weapon. However, I really want us to trade down to get another day 2 pick. I think there is a possibility of that. So, Alex, let me lay out this scenario for you. It's one that we kind of discussed yesterday, but it sounds like it's very realistic now. If the Giants are picking at 5 and David Bailey is on the board, we use him as the example in particular because I think that's possible. Arville Reese seems to be going 2. We'll see. If David Bailey's on the board at 5, Giants aren't taking him. He's a pure edge rusher, and they don't need a pure edge rusher. Maybe there's a case for Reese, but it's different for Bailey. New Orleans Saints at 8. They call and they offer you their 3rd round pick. I know in our mock draft yesterday, I think you had them giving up their 2nd. They call and they offer their 3rd round pick. Are you jumping back those 3 spots for a 3rd round pick?
I mean, ultimately, it depends on a 3rd round pick. You have to be sure what you're going to potentially miss is not, you're going to be able to get equal value at 8, right? A 3rd round pick doesn't move me as much in this draft class as a 2nd round pick would. 2nd round pick, you can get a starting defensive tackle or even a good cornerback. In the 3rd round, now you're talking about getting into the weeds of this draft class. And I don't think I'm comfortable going that far back just to move back 3 spots because you're forfeiting potentially getting Caleb Downs. You're forfeiting potentially getting one of those top guys. And is it worth risking a higher guarantee to get a 3rd round pick in this year's draft class? Probably not. A 2nd round pick, yes, I would do that. But a 3rd, I think I'm out on that.
Fair enough. I mean, listen, I think that the Giants really want a 3rd round pick though in this draft. But that's the thing. In this draft, it's not a very good draft class on day 2. Like, it's just not that strong. The cream of the crop here is really the top 10 picks. So thankfully, the Giants have 2 of those. It's unfortunate they lost Dexter Lawrence. We kind of think of that as an afterthought now. It's kind of like the Giants. They put some jingling.
We got to talk about that
in our face.
We need to talk about Dexter Lawrence for a second because that contract he signed was nothing. Nothing. The Giants could have.
He did not want to be here, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. The Giants could have done that with ease. They probably offered it, and he just literally wanted to leave. Like, he was done. He was at his boiling point. All the stuff that happened. He was like, listen, I'm good. I'd rather go to Cincinnati than stay in New York. And that's a decision. That's a choice, by the way, to go to Cincinnati instead of staying in New York.
Right. Not to be, not to shine too much of a spotlight on myself and give myself too much praise here. But as soon as that trade request came in, I told you guys it was not about money. Everybody was like, you're wrong. The reporters are saying it's about money. I told you guys I had knowledge and information on that one. This is why you subscribe and this is why you listen, because I do get a couple tidbits of info here and there. And that was the one that I knew was coming for a while. I knew he was going to ask for that trade for a while. And when he did, I knew it wasn't about money. Although money probably could have solved it if they offered him, a ton, but they didn't. So anyway, Alex, before we start really diving into our predictions and everything here, I do want to give a quick shout out here at the beginning of this live stream to the sponsor of the stream, which is Prize Picks. So just going to jump over to Prize Picks and show you guys what awesome stuff you can do on there with their new Team Picks feature. So I'm going to kick you out of here, Alex, just for 1 second while I show everybody my prize picks. Give me 1 sec while I pull it up. Hold up. You know what? Actually, go ahead and speak for a second. I got to pull this thing up. Oh, you're muted. He's muted.
Oh, I got him muted. I'll give you a couple shout outs in the chat. Daniel Cohen, what's good, man? Jack Whitman, the OG, what's up? Jeff Wheeler, love you, buddy. I know he's been here for a while, and we helped him get through the off season. Sean Nevins, the OG, Lo-Fi Lotus, Future 8-Man. Let's see who else we got here. No Capping in My Racks, love it, great name. Maskey, right, Jim Gallo, what's up? Well, how you guys doing, man? Let's have a night. Let's have an evening.
Let's do a couple more shout outs in a second. I'm going to go ahead and shout out prize picks first, and then we'll do some more shout outs. But good shout outs there, Alex. Okay, let me pull this. There we go. Here we are. Wow, this thing totally messed it up. Screw the pooch. Okay, so shout out to the sponsor of today's episode, which is Prize Picks. If you aren't playing on Prize Picks yet, you're missing out. Prize Picks is America's #1 sports pick app. It's a daily fantasy sports platform, and it's really easy to use. No complicated lines to worry about. Just pick more or less on a few players' stats and lock in your lineup. Incredibly straightforward, and it's available in most states, including California, Texas, and Florida. And one of the coolest parts is that on Prize Picks, you can follow friends. You can follow me at Anthony Rivardo, as you'll see here on the video that I have on the screen. You can go ahead, find my profile, follow me, tail all of my picks. So definitely follow me, tail my picks. You know I've got the right picks for you guys. And if you want to get in on the action, it's super easy. Download the app, use code HMA, and click the link in the description. You'll get $50 in lineups instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. So good luck, enjoy, have fun. And as you guys can see here, they also have a new Teams Picks feature. This is brand new to the Prize Picks app. You can make team picks, including NFL draft picks, which we're going to be doing live on the channel tonight throughout the NFL drafts. But I put this one up. I kind of like this. It's good value. Sonny Styles, I still think there's a chance he goes 5th overall. So I'm going to go ahead and make a pick. And that's how easy it is. Look at how easy that is, guys. Just right on the Prize Picks app. You think this person's going 5th? Click yes. Boom. Lock it in. It's just that easy. So like I said, use code HMA, download Prize Picks, and check it out and play responsibly. Alex, let's get you back in here. What's up, buddy? Continue with your shout outs if you may.
Okay. I gotta go back. Let's see. All right. Jeff, I said hi to Jeff. I said hi to Sean. Justin Presley, what's good, brother? Christian Whitehead, OG, what's good? Blue Badger, what's up? Universe, what's good? Striking Force, yo. Let's see. Sam Fountain, another OG. What's good, my friend? Love to see you here. Shotu. Love you, brother. Love you, buddy.
Come on, bro. You cannot mess up his name. NATO is a day.
NATO
You can't mess up NATO's name, bro.
Sorry, I'm just, you know me.
NATO
I'm horrible. If you
NATO
know,
shot you. That's an OG. We all got to know NATO's name. Come on.
If you know FSU, you know I'm horrible with names. I'm horrible with names.
We're aware.
I just say anything. I don't know how to pronounce names.
Let me say this. We've got the super chat here, and I really like the energy of it. Over under on 4 minutes for the Raiders to make their pick, right? Okay, we're going to do that.
They always make us milk it.
But first, over under Alex butchering 3.5 names tonight.
Oh, 100%. I mean,
smashing the over.
I'm smashing the over on myself.
Pause. All right. Christian, thanks for the super chat, man. Appreciate it. Saying under/over 4 minutes for the Raiders pick Mendoza. I'm going over. It's only 8-minute picks this year, Alex. Did you realize that? They changed the picks this year.
Did they? Thank God. The 12 was it 12 minutes? 10 minutes? 10 minutes is brutal.
It used to be 12. They brought it down to 10. They've brought it down to 8 now. But I still think it's going to take 6 minutes for them to officially make the pick. Maybe 5,
they'll milk it
definitely over 4.
They usually milk it a little bit the first one, but dude, even 10 minutes, like you don't need 10 minutes to make a pick. Like you don't. I mean, I know they're having some calls and conversations and stuff like that, but like 10 minutes is ridiculous. 8 minutes is more than enough to get what you got to get done. You know, I'm going to go 4 minutes over for sure.
Yeah, me too. They're expecting it to be over by around 11 o'clock this year, which would be nice. The last couple of years I've been, just
1 a.m.
Yeah. 1 a.m. A couple too many, what were everybody in the chat before we went live was calling them iced teas. Too many iced teas in, by the end of the live stream.
Extremely version iced teas. Well, those 1 a.m. because like you're going for 4 hours, you're at least having like 5 or 6 beers, most likely. Like you're by the end, you're like,
sir.
They're Heineken 00s. They're
exactly
8+. Yeah. Damn, bro, 8 messed up names. That's a crazy line for me. I'm gonna take the under. I'm gonna take the under on that. They're not all of them are that hard. Not all of them are that.
Well, all right. So here's the names you're going to mess up. You're going to mess up the Penn State guard's name at least once.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
and I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to give you any.
I almost said Iowane again. I
almost does that count?
said it.
Chat. Does that count? No, we'll give you some. There's the Miami offensive guard / tackle. You're going to mess up his name. I think all the offensive linemen, actually. You're probably going to mess up the Georgia kid. You're probably going to mess up the Utah kid. I just think all the offensive linemen are going to get us the 3.5 over. So,
probably.
Sean's festive tonight. He's got a blue margarita, like a Giants blue margarita. That's pretty cool, actually.
How do you make a blue margarita? Do you put a little food coloring in that? Or like just like
what's that? What's the name of that one? That blue liquor?
Oh, like the actual margarita
Carousel?
mix.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Oh, blue carousel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
That'll do it. But I don't know if you would put that in margarita. I don't know. Anyway, 8-ball. 8-ball. We're just gonna call it 8-ball because I'm not gonna be like Alex and mess up your name.
Marchuchilli.
I want to say that sounds about right. I'm Italian, so I should be able to get it because that's.
Are the L's silent?
Not to be as
Marchuchilli.
I don't know. Anyway, thanks for the super chat. Would you be cool with Reese at 5? Alex, that's a good question. It's a good question.
I'd be cool trading back. I think I'd trade back.
If Reese is on the board, I think the Giants would get a haul. I think they would try and trade back. But I'll say this. I think that it is a little bit of a hot take, but I would be okay with it. And the reason being, I think he is the best inside linebacker prospect in this draft class. He's just being listed as an edge because he wants to play edge, and teams think he'll be better as an edge. But if you play him as an off-ball linebacker, I think he's an all-pro at that position. I think he could be an all-pro edge. I think he's already a really damn good inside linebacker. So I wouldn't hate it, man. I like Arville Reese. He's one of the best players in this class for a reason.
Yeah, projectables are absolutely off the chart, right? Like, he is a freak. He's lanky. He's long. He has the capacity. He's 20 years old. He's going to get bigger and stronger and get more adjusted to the position. Like, he's going to be a really good player. I think that the transition to the NFL is going to be a little bit more difficult than people are assuming right now. I think it's going to take him a year to get to where he needs to be. But when he gets there, he's going to be a star. Like, that's kind of what you're banking on. He's going to be special once he gets there. But for the Giants, spending another top 5 pick at the same exact position. I know you said he could play inside linebacker too, which is fine. But in theory, you're really drafting to be a pass rusher long term. Spending a pick at that kind of similar position 2 years in a row, 3 years in the last 5 with Kayvon too. It's a lot. It's a lot to double down with. So I would definitely put my chips in on trading back. And we know this, Anthony. Teams pay premiums for pass rushers. So you want to go get Arvelle Reese, he's there at 5. You're giving us your 2nd round pick, or you're giving us your 1st round pick next year. Those are the only 2 options. You get to decide. So really, ultimately, you have a lot of bargaining chips now if you have pass rushers on the board. And we know one thing: the Chiefs want a pass rusher, and the Saints could use one too. So there's teams on the board that do want to move up. And listen, the Giants might be sitting there like, we got so much to offer, and you can move back to 8, move back to 9. Even if you're drafting 8 and 10, 9 and 10, you're still walking away, and most likely with like a Mansour, Delane plus a Vega. Or you're moving. Got it. Or you're doing a Mansour, Delane and Carnell Tate. You have a fun combination of Jordan Tyson, which I do want to talk about Tyson for a bit before things kind of ramp up.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a lot.
There's a lot going on, that's for sure. I mean, that's what I was saying earlier, is like this draft, there's so many storylines, even some that don't have anything to do with football. They have to do with marriages. And so there's just so much going on tonight. I don't know what's going to happen. Dude, even like elsewhere in our division, how about George Pickens, bro? Is he getting traded tonight? What's going on there?
I mean, George Pickens. So here's the thing. If you guys are unaware, right? The George Pickens situation, he was offered the franchise tag, about $27 million per season, or rather for 2026, $27 million for 2026 on the franchise tag. Here's the thing, though. He hadn't signed it going into today. He signed it today. And when you sign the franchise tag, you are then eligible to be traded. So there is rumor, there's thoughts. I wouldn't say rumors that he's going to be traded, but there is the idea. It's interesting timing, very conspicuous timing, that he could be a big trade.
A couple rumors that connect to this. So number one, there's a rumor that the Cowboys want to draft a receiver. But the second half of that rumor is they want to trade up inside the top 10 and draft a receiver. And so all that chatter about could they be targeting a player that the Giants covet? Remember this? And I said, it's got to be Sonny Styles. Well, what if it was actually Jordan Tyson? What if they're trying to trade up for Jordan Tyson, who we're going to talk about next? So perfect segue. I'm a great host. Anyway, it could be Jordan Tyson. The Cowboys could be trying to move up for him. And with George Pickens just signing this franchise tag today, there was also the report earlier today about Dallas, Jerry Jones, meeting with Pickens's agent this morning and having very productive conversations. What were those conversations? What was the production that they came to? Was it trade him? Was it keep him? Who knows? So, yeah, anything could happen. And then on top of that, I'll just add two more vague posts that these NFL reporters gave to us. Jay Glazer yesterday said there's something huge going on, but he's not allowed to talk about it. And then Jordan Schultz today said that NFL teams are aware that something big is happening, but nobody is admitting what it is. So who knows what shoe is going to fall, but perhaps it could be a George Pickens trade. So before we do dive into Jordan Tyson, who I know we want to get to, we do have another super chat from one of our OGs, our day ones, Sam Fountain. Thank you so much, Sam, saying, I would like to trade down from 10 and get a mid-first and a late second. So Alex, let me also just say this, double shout out to Sam, because he was just over at the Giants Collective live stream too and dropped a super chat over there. So really appreciate you, Sam. Double generosity, double viewership. You're the man. And hey, trading down from 10, mid-first, late second, I don't mind that at all. I would love to get another second-round pick. The Giants, they don't have a lot of picks. They only have one on day 2, and it's just that number 37. I wouldn't mind moving down, but it's got to be for a good amount of draft capital, because once you leave the top 10, I think it's a little dicey with who you're going to draft.
It is. And Sam, much appreciated as always. I would like to trade down from 10 and get a mid-first round. Yes, of course. Like there's the idea that you can move down from 10 a couple spots, but here's the thing. Teams don't necessarily want to give. This is a really weird draft class where after the top 10 to 12 players, the drop-off is really steep, like significantly steep. So teams are not going to want to give up first-round picks or second-round picks to move up in this year's first-round draft class, I don't think. I do think, however, moving into the top 10, that's a different story, right? If you're going to move up into 5, you have a much better probability of getting that. I mean, it's possible that a team would be willing to move up to 10 if like one of those pass rushers slip, like if a Reuben Bain is there and someone like really loves him, or, you know, something happens that's unexpected. Like, okay, we really want this guy. We need to go get him. Sure. Maybe that's possible. I'm not totally sure, but I do think that there's going to be opportunities to move back. And when you do look at this draft class, when you do look at where the Giants want to be, they need as many picks as they can get right now. John Harbaugh, this has been I think, pretty sizable overhaul of the roster in context when you think about it. How many new players do we have? Like, we have a lot of new talent, especially on the offensive side of the ball. But I mean, we just didn't have all the money in the world. We had a good amount of money, but not all the money in the world. And I do think that, you know, retaining Jermaine Illuminor was a great move. We brought in some new faces. This draft class, though, this is Harbaugh's draft class. And we can be honest about it. Joe Schoen's had all the data, information, yada, yada, yada. But these are mostly going to be John Harbaugh's selections based on the information that Joe Schoen has gathered. So that's kind of how I feel about it. I mean, I guess we're going to find out. We're going to know pretty quickly like who really is pulling the strings here. So that'll be fun.
That brother, Joe Schoen, is in the cuck chair. That's what this is, man. John Harbaugh is making the picks tonight, buddy. We are in the John Harbaugh era. We are getting the first and second pick of the John Harbaugh era, with John Harbaugh making the selections tonight. And I am very excited about that for sure. So real quick, I'm going to get to this next super chat, but there was a question that I wanted to respond to. Yeah, from J-Dub here saying, any speculation on what this big thing is supposed to be? If I have to give you guys my guess as to what this big rumor that we don't know about is, I think Ty Simpson's going really early tonight. That's what I think is going to happen.
That's what I appreciate it, Jack. Again, I think it was your second super chat, so much appreciated, brother. Yeah, I keep seeing that too. Ty Simpson being an earlier selection. I don't get it. I don't see it. I don't understand it. And there's only one team that would be stupid enough to make a decision like that, Anthony. Will you guess who it is?
It's the New York Jets, baby.
It's the Jets, man. That freaking New Jersey code's going to come up on Ty Simpson's phone. He's either going to say yes, or he's going to be like, damn it. Like there's no in between. There is no freaking way Ty Simpson is a first round pick. He's a second. I think he's a third round pick at the very best. Personally, I don't see it. I don't get it. A lot of his throws, a good quarter of his throws were uncatchable last season. Why anyone thinks he started 8 games? Like why anyone thinks this guy is going to be a good NFL player, let alone worthy of a first round pick, is absolutely ludicrous. I could be proven wrong, but I doubt it. So, you know, I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think that would be a really bad move.
I'm not a big fan of his either. He would not be my selection in the first round. But anyway, Jack, thank you so much for the super chat saying, give me your cornerback options minus Delane, who's a baller for NYG. Is Pons too small to be great in the NFL? The exact player that I was going to give you, who is a baller, is D'Angelo Pons. I love D'Angelo Pons. I do not think he's too small to be great in the NFL. I think he could be great so long as a team doesn't force him to play nickel cornerback just because he's undersized. Don't Cordell Flott this guy and stunt his growth. Treat him like fourth-year Cordell Flott. Play him on the boundary and let him thrive. Cordell Flott's successful in the NFL. Cordell Flott's getting paid, $14 million a year now? So no, Pons is not too small to be great in the NFL. I think he'd be a really good player. So that is a guy that I do like a lot on day 2. But Alex, I'll actually flip this on you, kind of spinning off, because I know you really like Pons as well. If you have anybody else, of course, go ahead, bring them up. But what's your take on the Jermod McCoy situation? In the NFL, Jermod McCoy is considered one of the 10 to 12 to 15, whatever, blue chip first round prospects. He's probably not going round 1. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. He needs to have a bone scope in his knee or something crazy. Like, he's got a really bad injury history, but he's supposed to be healthy at some point this season, and he might be one of the 10 best players in this draft class. If he's there at 37, do you take him?
If he's there at 37, do you take the gamble? I think if you trade back and you get a second round pick, if you've managed to figure out how you can get a second round pick, I think you can justify taking a chance on that. I think you can justify throwing a dart at a player who, like, yeah, the injury is scary. Yes, he's probably going to miss a little bit of time. Yes, there's concerns there, but he could be the best cornerback in this draft class if he gets back to where he is supposed to be. So, I do think that right now. And Pons, by the way, a lot of people say he's too small. He is a monster run defender. You want to know what John Harbaugh loves? Monster run defending cornerbacks. Now, it's definitely possible that when you look up, when you think about him, he could be a nickel corner in the NFL. If he's not, though, if he does, manage to stick on the outside, I really think that he could be a good player for the Giants, because if they want to stop the run, they want to make offenses one-dimensional, he's going to do that for you on the outside. Now, yes, the size is a bit concerning. It's going to take some time for him to develop, but you just have to add another body to that room, to be honest with you. This is a really weak cornerback room. If you don't get a Mansour Delane, if you don't take a John McCoy, you need to add somebody to that room, because right now, and by the way, guys, I am not ruling out Mansour Delane at 10. I absolutely think there's a chance the Giants end up taking him. We haven't heard much of that connection, but I do think there's a very solid chance that he could be a player that they covet.
Very, very solid chance. I think Delane is awesome. Big fan of his. 8Ball with another super. Thank you so much. If Love is there at 5, do they take him? Yes, I think that they do take Jeremiah Love if he's there at 5. I don't think he's going to be there at 5, though. But if he is, I think that's who the Giants are going to take.
Dude, Jeremiah Love is a monster. If you guys haven't watched a lot of Jeremiah Love, he is a game changer. Pairing him with Jackson Dart, that's Dart's new best friend, right? Neighbors, Dart, and Jeremiah Love, your offense is set for the next 3-4 years. Like, that's how you should think about it. Then you basically just have to keep the offensive line solid and address the defense as much as possible. We have lots of money next year. So that's the flip side of the Jeremiah Love coin. I know that positional value is bad, and don't take running backs that high. We've gone down that road before. But I'll argue. Imagine Saquon Barkley at the beginning of his career had Jackson Dart instead of Daniel Jones. Could have been a lot different. Could have been and a good offensive line. Imagine they had a good offensive line and Jackson Dart instead of one of the worst in the league and Daniel Jones. Things could have been different. So I'll say that with a grain of salt. Is Love my preference? Not necessarily. However, am I going to be mad that we have one of the best running backs in the NFL? No, I'm not going to be upset about that. But, I would think about other players. And listen, you can make the same argument for Caleb Downs, who is a safety, not good positional value. So, you could go either way with those two picks, and I think the positional value argument stands.
Yeah, agreed. So how do you want to do this, Alex? When do we want to hit the do not disturb and mute everything, mute all outside noise? Is it when the Jets are on the clock? Do you want to start there? Or I think maybe that would be...
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Jets, it's Bailey or Reese. One of those two guys, Bailey or Reese. Yeah, so I'm curious, though. I am curious to see what they're going to do.
Yeah, or it's Ty Simpson. We'll see.
No, just imagine that. Man, I'm going to have to text my friends. I have so many Jets fans who are friends. My God, I feel so bad for them right now.
We all know it's going to be Mendoza, number 1. So after that, I say that we close chat, and well, maybe don't close chat, but because we'll keep talking to chat. But I say that's when we hit the do not disturb. We turn off all notifications on our phone and we start live reacting when the Jets are on the clock. Why not? Let's get started early. It's not that long between 2, 3, 4, and then of course the Giants drop at 5. So let's get through these remaining supers. The Steelers are officially on the clock if you weren't aware. So the draft has begun. What'd you say?
You said Steelers are on the clock.
Raiders, I'm sorry. Yeah, they've got a bunch of Steelers on the stage right now because they're introducing because they're in Pittsburgh. So yes, the Raiders. My apologies. Is there any picks you would be upset with? Honestly, not really. I wouldn't love Jordan Tyson at 5, but the upside is there for him to be special. So I'm probably not going to be upset. Jeremiah Love, I would love and hate the pick at the same time, kind of. I'd probably more love it than hate it. But, I don't really think taking a running back at 5 is the right thing to do. But I think he's so special that you can make the justification for it. So I'd be happy. I don't know if there's any pick I'd be actually upset with. I kind of like all these players. So everybody on the draft board is really good.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be upset either at taking any of these guys. Like, they're all blue chip prospects for a variety of reasons. And, you can't be upset about taking a guy that's going to make an impact on your team in a very significant way. Caleb Downs going to make a significant impact. Jeremiah Love, same thing. I mean, you could even make the argument if they drafted Arvelle Reese or Bailey or Bain or whatever, like they would deploy them to make an impact. I don't think that's what they're going to do, but you never know. Jordan Tyson, I agree with you. I don't even think he should be in the top 10, to be quite honest with you. I think he's more of a 12 to 15 type of guy. The reason for that is the injuries, straight up. I really like Jordan Tyson. I've been talking about him for months now. One of my favorite players in the draft class, but he is injury prone and you're putting him in MetLife. So you really can't risk that, in my opinion. You go for the more high floor players. You go for the more, okay, this guy's not injury prone. He hasn't shredded his knee to pieces. He hasn't had a recent hamstring injury. He hasn't broken his collarbone, yada, yada, yada. Like, you just need to go get guys who are going to stay healthy and be healthy and play on a daily basis. And I don't think that Harbaugh in his first draft class is going to take an injury prone receiver at 5. Personally, that's how I feel. I'd be a bit frustrated with that selection at 10. I'm like, whatever. 10, it was a second first round pick anyway. We can justify it. 5 is too early for me.
Agreed. Again, I don't think I'll throw a fit or anything, but I'll be like, oh, I don't know. We'll see. Whatever live reaction happens. We'll see if they take Tyson at 5. I don't know exactly how I would feel. So I don't know, man. That is the pick that I'd be a little questionable about, though. But nevertheless, the upside is there for him to be the top 10 receiver. So I'll just focus on the upside and not on the downside. Jeff, thank you for the super chat, man. Really appreciate saying. Pull up a little Pons versus Jeremiah Smith from last year. Pons gave up some plays, but this little guy held his own very well versus a monster. I actually did watch that game a couple months ago, so I probably do need a refresher, and I probably will rewatch it if the Giants end up drafting D'Angelo Pons or if one of their division rivals does. But yeah, I do remember Pons held his own, and hey, if you can hold your own versus Jeremiah Smith, you've done more than enough, because pretty much everybody else just gets demoralized versus Jeremiah Smith, who's absolutely sick. So yeah, I really like D'Angelo Pons.
Yeah, me too. I appreciate the super chat. And yeah, very, very interesting player. Really good against the run. Like that, at the very least, you're getting a good run stopping outside cornerback, and you can't feel bad about that. Like, if you draft Caleb Downs and you get Pons in the second round, your defense is going to be really good at stopping the run. And that's a step in the right direction, you could argue. And then you just got to fix the secondary, which you have money in 2025 or 2027. And you have more draft picks. So you feel pretty good about that moving forward.
For sure. Another super chat rolling in. You guys have been very generous tonight. We really do appreciate it. And I will say this, stay tuned, because we are going to be doing some giveaways tonight. So we're going to be giving back to the chat. Appreciate you guys. We've got some stuff in this beautiful office of mine. I've got some things to give away, and I'm really excited to do that. So Jixer, thank you so much for the super, saying, good idea. Call Tennessee Titans and trade the 10 pick for Jeffrey Simmons in a second or third, or call Jacksonville for Brian Thomas Jr. So I think the big issue with potentially trading for a guy like Jeffrey Simmons is cap space. Jeffrey Simmons gets paid a lot, and, the New York Giants don't have a lot of cap space. Plus, I think that number 10 pick, it's cost controlled, it's valuable. I wouldn't do that trade necessarily. Brian Thomas Jr., on the other hand, though, if you can trade pick 37 for him, I think you give it some consideration. But at the end of the day, I think that the Giants are going to find more valuable in guys on rookie contracts right now that they can develop homegrown under John Harbaugh.
Yeah, I appreciate the super chat, Jixer. And listen, I don't think you should trade the 10th overall pick. I think we can get a, like you said, cost controlled player there, and call Jacksonville for BTJ. Like, great player. Pairing him with Neighbors would be super fun, but not for the 10th overall pick. The most I'd give for BTJ right now is a second round pick, because there's just too much risk there. Way too much risk. He's come off a pretty ugly season where he lacked effort, and that's problematic. We have enough guys that lack effort. Evan Neal, Deontay Banks, list goes on. I don't want to go down that path again, where like this guy, like we're not having a good year and BTJ just gives up when we gave up a second round pick to get him. So I'd prefer to avoid that. Keep our picks. Let John Harbaugh take guys that he will be with for the next 4 to 5 years. That's what the Giants are probably thinking. Stack as many guys as possible that will be with Harbaugh for the duration of his entire contract, which is 5 years. So, obviously the anyone out of the first round is a 4-year contract, but that's what they're thinking. Let's pair this guy with as many 4-year players as we can possibly get.
Agreed, man. We'll see, though. You never know. It's the draft, so crazy trades happen all the time. And I think you make some good points there about Brian Thomas. Effort question marks, right? Is there potential for him to be a drag in that locker room, or would he and Neighbors feed off of one each other and get really excited because they're best friends? Who knows? It could be either way, double-edged sword, I guess. But we'll see if any trades happen. Fireplace, thank you so much for a super chat. Fireplace has been here for so long, Alex. I mean, this is one of our OGs for real. Thank you, brother. Saying whoever is putting on a Giants helmet by the time this weekend is over, I'm rooting for all the way. Let's have a good draft. I'm with you, brother. Even if I don't like the pick or if I love the pick, regardless of where I stand on the selection, person's wearing a jersey that's got one of these little NY logos on it, I'm rooting for that person.
Yeah, of course. Have to be rooting for that person. Fireplace, thank you for tuning in once again, another year. And then I haven't been here the last 2 years because I've been out of country, but nonetheless back at it in country. Excited to be here in the same time zone. And it's only 8:13 for me this year. Last year it was like 2 a.m. So I'll tell you what, this draft class, regardless of positional value, it's John Harbaugh's draft class, and I got to root for that, right? I can root for that no matter what. But yeah, as Jeff just said, now the draft can begin. The Jets are on the clock.
Yeah,
let's see what happens. Let's see what they do.
So I've thrown my stuff on Do Not Disturb. I'm gonna just watch the stream and react to it from now on. So
all right, let's do it.
Try not to be spoiled. I'm just gonna live react to the picks. So guys, try not to spoil it in the chat for me. If you do for picks 2, 3, and 4, all right, not a big deal. Do not spoil pick 5 for me. But yeah, I don't know, Alex. This second pick here, he's right. This is where the draft begins. It's going to dictate how the top 5 goes. Are they going to take Arville Reese? Are they going to take David Bailey? If they take Reese, where does Bailey go? If they take Bailey, where does Reese go? Right, and it could create a landslide with one of those players. So I don't know. The second overall pick is really interesting, and the wild card out there is it's the Jets. Could they do something really stupid? Could they take Ty Simpson? Who knows?
I actually really want them to take Bailey. I think that Reese is the more valuable player to trade out of if he lands in our lap. It also forces the Cardinals and the Titans to make more difficult decisions, right? Because if the Titans, if you're a Love fan, if you're a Sonny Styles or a Caleb Downs fan, whatever that might be, you're probably thinking like, we don't know what the Cardinals or the Titans could do. So Bailey is a good player. Could he slip past those two teams? Absolutely, it's possible. But Reese is not slipping past those two teams most likely. The Cardinals, we'll see. I don't even know. The Cardinals are really a big question mark for me. Like, what do you think they're going to do? Because I've heard so many rumors say Love, but at the same time, their defense is ass, like booty cheeks. So
they're going to GTFO, man. They're going to trade down. That's what they're going to do. They're going to try, though. It's going to take a good offer. Obviously, it's a top 3 pick, so they're going to have to take – somebody's going to have to offer a huge haul, and I think they're going to get it, man. I think they're going to trade down. I don't know how far they're going to trade down, but if I give you the predictions that I posted this morning, I had the Arizona Cardinals moving back to 8 with the New Orleans Saints. So that was my prediction of the morning, and we'll see if that happens. So I don't know. I think they're going to trade down, though.
We'll see. Who do you think will trades up, though? The Chiefs or the Saints?
Chiefs or Saints. Cowboys are definitely one of those teams that could do it.
Imagine.
I think a sneaky team, bro, the Rams. I've seen some chatter they could move up. I could see the Rams doing that. I actually think the Rams, keep an eye on them when the Giants are on the clock at 10. If the Giants don't love their picks, I could see them dropping 3 spots back with the Rams who are at 13. Yeah, I think those are the main ones.
Let's see. I mean, I guess we're going to find out in like literally 2 minutes. The pick is in for the Jets. Let's see what it is.
Yeah, my stream seems to be behind. I'm gonna refresh right now and see if I catch up with you guys.
Okay. If you just watch it on
So, yeah,
NFL
now it says
Network, it's
Reese is in.
better.
So I think it was just a little
Okay.
behind, and now I'm caught up.
Okay. Reese or Bailey? It should be Reese, if we're being honest. It should not be Bailey. It should be Reese.
I agree. I think Reese is the better player. I think his ceiling is like unlimited, but there is an argument here. David Bailey is a pure pass rusher. Reese is what is he?
Work in
So
progress.
you want just a work in progress. Do you want to draft a work in progress at 2, or do you want to take an elite pass rusher? I think
you take the work in progress with higher projectables because the Jets are not even close to being contenders. Like, you have time on your side with it if you're a Jets, like in the Jets front office. Like, you don't have to be instant. You're not drafting this guy to get you to a Super Bowl this year. You can wait and be patient and let this guy develop. And by the time you are contending, they don't even have a quarterback like Geno Smith. Like, next year they're going to get their quarterback, and you want your pass rusher, your defenses to be like hitting their peak in year 2 or 3 of that rookie quarterback deal. So, I do think that Reese makes way more sense for them. Unless Aaron Glenn is pushing for an instant impact player, which, not to say Reese isn't, but Bailey, like you said, is more of a pure instant impact pass rusher. He could be pushing for that. And if that's the case, I mean, if I were the Jets, I wouldn't even listen to Aaron Glenn. I'd be like, we're just going to do what we got to do and not listen to you, because I think he's going to get fired after this season. But
yeah, I think the GM has to make this pick, and kind of irregardless of, whatever the head coach thinks in this.
All right.
So, all right, they're walking up. Roger Goodell's
Let's see.
walking up. Let's see what the
Ty Simpson. I'm just kidding.
Relax.
Imagine.
I've got it on the chat on start, so chat can't even spoil this one for me. Let me see. Goodell's at the podium now.
Oh, okay. I mean, not surprising, but yes, interesting.
Okay. David Bailey makes sense.
Makes sense.
Kind of what we discussed. Like I said, pure pass rusher. He's an instant impact player. Arville Reese might not make an impact for a year or 2, at least to the extent that David Bailey would. So, yeah, we'll see. It's interesting.
Now, things get interesting right now. Yeah.
Who's going to trade up for Reese? Anybody?
I mean, the Cardinals should just take him, dude. The Cardinals are a bad football team. They need help. Like, just take a good pass rusher.
Yeah, they need so much help that they need to trade down, man. That's what it is.
You're probably right. But at the same time, like, I mean, it depends how far. If they go to 8, they can probably still get a really solid player there. They can get a Carnell Tate. They could get, one of those guys, Mansour Delane, anyone. And you probably get another first-round pick, too.
Which stream are you watching? Are you watching a stream?
I'm on NFL.
Okay,
Network.
You are watching a stream. Okay.
Yeah. I figured I'd throw it up. And we're on, like, pretty much the same timeline, so it's fine.
You were a little ahead of me there, though. That's all.
Like 2 seconds, yeah. 2 seconds ahead.
Well, don't spoil that 5th overall pick for me.
I'm not going to do that. I'll probably not watch that. I'll probably wait for yours.
All right, that's fine.
In that for that one. But the Cardinals are interesting. Let's see. Now it gets interesting.
Curious to see what happens with the Cardinals.
And the Titans. Knowing Brian Dable and Robert Saleh. Well, Robert Saleh is a defensive guy, but he has a background in offense, so they could really do anything. They could do anything.
Any which way. And hey, dude, honestly, keep an eye on the Cardinals maybe going for Jeremiah Love here. I could see the Cardinals going Jeremiah Love.
I agree with you. Yeah.
I think they're going to try and trade down, but considering NFL Network is not showing me a trade has occurred yet, I think they're running out of time to make a trade, aren't they?
They got about 5-6 minutes maybe. So they got a little time. But usually they have these things like already done, like a lot of times. Like, I mean,
usually they have a couple offers on the table and they're calling all those guys to make sure they're still on the table, and then they're calling them, selecting which of those offers they want.
Yeah, so Bailey is pretty good though. He is a good player.
Sick, bro. I watched Bailey versus, was it Ioane or MAUIGOA? I don't remember. I watched this too, just spar. I think it was MAUIGOA versus Bailey, and it was a fucking matchup, dude.
Dude,
Bailey is so good.
Yeah, he is very good. I will say, now the more that I'm thinking about it, the Titans are going to draft Jeremiah Love if he's there. Pairing him with Cam Ward is probably making Brian Dable giddy. If
Arville Reese is on the board, I think the Titans are going to go Arville Reese.
I mean, their defense is really bad, so yeah, that's probably a good idea for them too.
Well, because he's an inside linebacker, he's an edge rusher. They could use either one of those. Robert Saleh loves a linebacker. I mean, he helped make Fred Warner the player that he is. So, like, he loves an inside linebacker. He loves an edge rusher. I don't know. And then that would mean Jeremiah Love would be on the board at 5 for the Giants. So, who knows? We'll see. I don't know who Arizona's taking yet, though. It's still nothing's popped up. They're just interviewing David Bailey. So,
I don't know how much time is left for them. It's got to be like 3 minutes now. Oh, the Knicks are making a comeback at the very least. You'd love to see that.
Oh, that's nice.
For any of the Knicks fans in the chat, we need to win this game. I am curious, though, sir. I am curious. Let's see. Cardinals. This is where it gets interesting. Is he signing his card? His that's actually pretty cool.
Signing the card. That's really cool.
I
feel like the Cardinals have been on the clock forever. I don't know. I don't see it happen yet, but I feel like if there was a trade, it would have happened by now, right?
Yeah, you'd think so.
If they don't trade down, I feel like it's going to be Jeremiah Love, but I feel like it should be Arville Reese. This could go anyway.
They have 2 minutes left. They have 2 minutes. They're definitely listening to calls right now. Oh, they made a decision. They're taking the pick.
They did. Wow.
The pick is in. They're excited. Who is it going to be? That looks like they're taking Jeremiah Love.
I'm going to close the chat. I want to react to this one live.
I'm not looking at the chat. Yeah.
Yeah. If this is like a Ty Simpson sneak,
no way.
So
no way. I mean, they're excited. They're hyped there, man. They're running around.
We'll see who it is. I don't know.
It's Reese or Love. It's Reese or Love.
It's gotta be, right?
Has to be. I mean, passing on Love now, or rather, passing on Reese would be great for us because then we end up with Love on the board or Reese on the board, and Reese is a perfect player to trade back with. Perfect. The Chiefs are perfect.
I think the pick is in on my screen now. Finally, no, not yet.
I'm not there yet. They're milking it. I mean, yeah, we already saw the room. Like we know they already made the pick.
I know.
Just milking it to the last second. This is how you know. This is how you know. Every extra couple minutes, another ad read, man.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I was listening to the Rich Eisen show today, and obviously he's hosting for NFL Network, and he was talking about how this 8 minutes is a real adjustment for them because they have so much to do now in 8 minutes versus 10 minutes.
True.
Because apparently, NFL Network and ESPN just merged together, if you didn't know. So they kept all the staff together. They didn't lay anybody off, which is great. But all of these people have to do all the things that they did last year with 2 minutes less on the clock. So yeah, it's like a complication for the television. But
I can imagine. I mean, it's a lot of time in TV. 2 minutes.
Yeah,
we'll see. True. This is the pick that really defines what the Giants will do.
This changes everything.
It really does. Could it be? I mean, it's got to be Reese. If it's neither Reese or Love, we are absolutely golden in terms of value.
If it's not
like where we are,
would it be MAUIGOA? Maybe. I guess it could be.
It could be. It could be. It could be. I mean, he's going to be a very good player. So like you can make an argument that that's a need. Is Jacoby Brissett still their quarterback?
They've got Brissett. They've got. Do they have Minshew? I think they signed Minshew as well.
Doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter. They're going
to draft at some point in this draft, I think. If not, they're going to have to draft somebody else. But they want Simpson, according to the report. So,
all right, let's see.
Yeah, Rodgers walking up to the
old Raji. Old Raji. I love how they boo him every time he gets to the stage.
I know, right?
He loves it. He's a guy make like $20 million a year.
20. I bet it's 6
Let's see.
times that.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Whoa.
Jeremiah Love off the board.
Whoa.
Listen, man, that's okay. A team. All right, Jeremiah Love. So he's not going to be a Giant. Let's see what the Giants do. Now,
I'm not going to lie. I kind of wanted him to be a Giant just because it would have been awesome to watch him be a Giant.
He's
I can't lie. Taking a running back is bad practice at 5, but like as just a fan of football, it would have been so much fun to watch him and Jackson Dart together.
All right, so that's interesting because now we know that that's who the Giants were going to take if he was on the board at 5, right? They were going to take Jeremiah Love, but he's not. So who's the pick going to be? We'll see.
I mean, it's going to be Caleb Downs. if Arvelle Reese,
yeah.
If Arvelle Reese goes right now, it's Caleb Downs at 5.
Yeah, if I had to give you a prediction, I think it's going to be Caleb Downs with the 5th overall pick. But
so far, the draft has gone exactly as we thought.
No, I honestly did not think that Jeremiah Love was going 3rd overall to the Cardinals.
Really? I thought that. I mean, the rumors was that he was definitely like.
The rumors
they were definitely interested in him.
Trying to trade down. They wanted to trade down. Most mock drafts had them going trade down or MAUIGOA. So them taking the
Oh, Maui
Cardinals
Noah, really?
was
That's
like
early.
really in the last 48 hours, there started to be a buzz that they could take Jeremiah Love. But for the whole month leading up to the draft, there was not a lot of buzz about them taking Jeremiah Love. But man, he's a sick player. He's the best player in the draft, I think, overall prospect wise. So, you know.
Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see, man. It's with the Titans, they probably just take Reese. Knowing Robert Saleh, they're probably just gonna take
I
Reese.
feel like they're going to
It's an
take
easy
Reese,
pick.
but
It's an easy
if
pick
they
for them.
don't do the Giants, he's the best
No,
player
I
on the
think
board.
they trade back if Reese is on the board. I just don't know who else the Titans would take. I guess
Styles.
Maui Noah is possible because Cam Ward could use more offensive line
I
support.
think it would be Styles over MAUIGOA. I mean,
Possible.
Robert Saleh loves a linebacker, bro. That's why I think
He
they're
does.
gonna take Reese, but they could take Styles, and I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be one of
Yeah,
those two players.
it's gonna be
They're
interesting.
going Buckeyes, basically. They're going Buckeyes.
They are. I don't know, man. I'm like, I don't know. This Titans pick is gonna determine a lot. This Titans pick is gonna determine a lot.
Wow, Love
Ay,
at
ay, ay.
3 was interesting for sure.
It's a risk. I mean, they don't have a quarterback. If we're being honest, it's a bad pick for the Cardinals. Like Jeremiah Love is a great player, but the Cardinals are so far away from.
I don't think a
able to-
running back is. But then again, Alex, if they do land Ty Simpson later in this draft, they got their quarterback and they got him a weapon. So they got him the weapon too. So I don't know.
I would say not their. I'd say Ty Simpson's
Well, they got their quarterback. Listen, they got their quarterback, not our quarterback.
He's not a good quarterback, but he's their quarterback.
He's their quarterback. So, all right. I don't remember if I pulled this one up yet from H50 Pharaoh, but I'm going to pull it up now before we do get to turning the chat off for the Giants pick. So, H50, thank you so much. Saying on board with Styles and Downs. What do you think of Love and Vega? Love the show. I think Love is the best player in the class, but he's a Cardinal. Vega, I think, is definitely a top target for the Giants at 10. And yes, I'm also on board with Styles and or Downs. Either one, I think they're both excellent players.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate the super chat. I'm on board with either of those two guys. Love, I mean, obviously he's gone now, but Vega at 10 would be a absolute tremendous move. I mean, he is going to be a monster offensive guard. And the Giants, you can't go wrong with building a better offensive line. You can't go wrong protecting Jackson Dart. Those two things are critical to the success of this team moving forward. So fine with it.
Yeah, you want to know my my pro comp for Vega Ioane, Alex?
Tell me.
Kevin Zeitler.
Oh, love Kevin Zeitler. That's one of my favorite players.
I know. Vega Ioane is just so clean in pass protection, and Kevin Zeitler always was as well. So pick is in for the Tennessee Titans. That just flashed on my screen. Did you see that, Alex?
Yeah, dude, it's got to be Reese, bro. There's no way they're passing on Reese right here. No way. I think they would have taken Love if he slipped, though. I think it was going to be Reese. Love flip-flopped. One way or another, those two guys were coming off the board right now.
Well, what did Peter Schrager had the first 3 picks, right? And at 4, who did he have? Who did he have at 4? I think he had, if I'm not mistaken, was it Sonny Styles, and then 5 was Reese to the Giants. Peter Schrager.
Yes, he did do that. He did do that.
Let's see. Let's see what happens.
It'll be interesting.
I think Reese is the player that I don't want the Giants to take at 5. If they do, I'm all right with it. But I'd rather them try to trade down if Reese is the BPA at 5, right?
Right. Yeah.
I wouldn't hate the pick, but I wouldn't love the pick.
I'd rather trade back than take Reese personally.
Agreed.
But
let's see, because Reese could be a Titan in like 30 seconds. So
I think he's gonna be. Who else would it be? I mean, Sonny Styles or Reese. Those are the two guys.
Styles,
I guess I could take
Styles.
Downs, but I'd be a surprise.
That would definitely be a surprise. We haven't heard any buzz with connecting them to Downs. That's the thing with Caleb Downs is if the Giants take him at 5, that's all right. But leading up to the draft, prior to the Giants trading for that 10th overall pick, all the mock drafts had Downs going 10 to the Bengals, right? He was usually going 10. And now it's like, oh, he's going to go 5 to the Giants. He could still go 10. We'll see. All right. Roger Goodell is walking up to the podium now. Let's
see.
Back to the Titans pick.
What?
Wow.
Whoa!
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 That I did not see coming at all.
Whoa! Whoa! That
Arnell
is a
Tate,
Brian Dable
first
ass
receiver off the
influence pick.
board, going number 4 to the Titans. Who had that? Did
Whoa!
anybody have the Titans going Carnell Tate?
Whoa! That changes
Wow.
things. That changes things. The Giants are in a brilliant position to trade down right now.
Yeah,
You got to do it,
seriously.
man.
Oh my
Sonny Styles,
goodness.
Caleb
They
Downs,
could
all
get
on
a
the board
freaking
still.
haul, bro. They could get a haul for Arville Reese. They could get a haul.
I heard a report today that Carnell Tate could slide. No way,
Yeah,
dude.
right?
What? Okay. Okay. Things just changed. There's Jordan Tyson. Let's find out. This is going to be interesting. I mean, you trade back, right? Like Arville Reese on the board, you trade back.
Arville Reese on the board puts him in a prime position to trade down. We'll see if it happens. They might just go best player on the board, but who's the best player on the board to you, Alex? I guess it would be Arville Reese, right? But I mean,
Yeah, I guess.
you gotta find a trade down partner. But this is perfect for the Giants. This is what they wanted, right? Their ideal scenario was to trade back a couple of spots and still land the guy that they wanted at 5. Could the Saints come calling? Could the Chiefs come calling? Those two teams need a pass rusher. Could they trade up to 5 with the New York Giants to take Arville Reese? Or do the Giants take Reese? Do the Giants take Styles? Do the Giants take Downs? This could go any which way. This is very interesting. That's our first surprise of the draft. Carnell Tate to the Titans. Didn't see that one coming.
Not at all. Did not see that one coming at all. I am interested, to say the least, in what the Giants are going to do right now. Very, very interested. There's so many things they could do. So many things. You think Harbaugh's on the phone or Joe's on the phone?
Making trades?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, they got that thing on speaker. They're both on the phone.
No, they got my man Joe with a cup and a string.
That's funny. That was a good one, Alex. That was actually really funny. I will say though, for the Titans, I do love Cam Ward getting a weapon like Carnell Tate. That's exciting.
Oh yeah. Very, very, very good.
I loved Cam Ward in the
Good
draft
weapon for
last
him.
year, so I'm happy for him to have a true weapon because Calvin Ridley's not a true weapon, but
no,
the Giants pick is in.
Okay, they're sticking and picking.
Not trading down. They're sticking and picking with the 5th overall pick. All right, Alex, how you want to do this? I've got the chat closed. I've got notifications off. We'll see.
I'm gonna mute mine and react to you because I think I'm like 2 seconds ahead of you.
Okay.
I guess I'm just gonna record myself. A little thing right here, just to have as a memento.
Yeah, why not? Might as well.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
is Raj going to the stadium yet? You got to give me the play-by-play, man. I'm not watching.
Yeah. I will. I got to set up my little selfie recording too.
I'm scared. It's got to be Caleb Downs, right? I mean, Arville Reese, Sonny Styles, and Caleb Downs.
I think it's Caleb Downs, but hey, listen, if I were making the pick, I'm a big Sonny Styles guy. I love Sonny Styles, and I think that he would be a home run pick. But hey, they're showing the draft room. There is John Harbaugh shaking hands with he who shall not be named, standing next to Joe Shane. That's wild. I see that right.
Okay.
Am I tripping, guys?
I don't know. Who is he standing next to? Joey?
No.
I'm nervous. It's Downs.
I don't know who it's going to be. I think it's going to be Downs, though. I think it's going to be Downs, but pick is in, and they're at commercial break, of course. So we'll see in a little bit here.
Yes. Well, what happens if I already have Verizon? Doesn't work on me, buddy. Oh, my goodness.
I don't know.
If they take Jordan Tyson right now, I'm be like, what the hell? What the hell?
Not going to be a fan of a Tyson pick?
I love Tyson, but not at 5. Too risky. Caleb Downs is the most. Caleb Downs or Sonny Styles. Either of those two guys are the highest floor players in this draft, and both of them have all-pro upside. So pick your poison, right? It's really like, what do the Giants feel like they need the most right now? They got Tremaine Edmonds and Micah McFadden at linebacker. At safety, they have Tyler Nubin. So,
And Javon Holland. Come on.
and, yeah, but he's probably, I mean, we'll see. Javon Holland is average until proven otherwise in my books.
I think he's proven otherwise in the past, just not with the Giants. But we'll see,
A
man.
couple years.
Yo, shout out to the
years.
500 people watching us on YouTube right now. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. Smash the like button and drop your final predictions on the Giants pick right now, as the pick is in. The New York Giants on the clock. Pick is in. We'll find out any moment now once this Bud Light commercial is over. Or I'm sorry,
I've seen
finance commercials over.
I've seen
another
6
commercial.
commercials.
What is going on?
I've seen like 7 commercials. I know. I'm like, whoa! I was getting blasted by every.
You knew they were going to do this to us, man. Only the Giants.
Yeah,
fans
only the
play
Giants.
with like this.
I know, right? I'm like, it's been like 10 minutes already. Like, we know, we know you're just doing this to us to make us wait. This is exciting, though. And then we got the 10th pick, and then things could get even more interesting there. I really thought we'd trade back. I mean, so here's something. Arvelle Reese, I guess, wasn't that highly thought of.
I think he's still highly thought of. I just think.
I think they don't. I think that teams don't see him as an instant impact pass rusher, and that really hurt his stock.
They look at him as a project, and that's what's holding him from being drafted top 4. But
you don't draft projects in the top 5, I guess, in theory. Like guys that are like not going to immediately impact your team in a way that you want.
Hold your tongue. Let's find out. Maybe he is getting drafted top 5. It's possible.
It's fair enough. I mean, he doesn't make any sense for us, but at the same time, if the Giants are like, let's just go get good football players, like I guess you could.
He's a good football
argue,
player.
like,
I bet our whole
put him
chat already
inside.
knows, and they're just like watching us talk about it in real time. But I'm waiting.
I mean, inside linebacker
advertisement to end.
I guess you stick him at inside linebacker next to Tremaine Edmonds, and you just like let him loose. You know, I guess that's the move.
Bro, you let him roam. I mean, he is sick, bro. He's a really good player.
He is a really good player. I don't know. This is interesting. I think it's going to be Caleb Downs. That's my final guess. I think Caleb Downs is the pick, but
that's my prediction as well. But
if Raji would ever get to the stadium, freaking like what the hell, man? Why are they making us wait like 20 minutes?
Yeah. All right. Finally, the ad ended. It end for you too. We
all right. I'm watching you now. I'm watching you.
All
Tell me when he's walking up. I'm scared.
This is pretty nerve-wracking. I don't know which way they're going to go.
I'm so confused.
Kansas City.
I really don't know.
Like Kansas City traded up with the Browns.
Oh,
so we've got
Reese probably
walking to the podium right now.
So they must know the Giants are taking. I feel like the Giants probably should have just traded back for whoever they wanted.
Yeah.
But,
well, let's see who they're going to draft. Roger Goodell is up to the podium, and he's going to now hand it off to special guest announcements. We'll see.
Who's the special guest?
Can't hear.
Who is it?
Family of United States Army Major Paul C. Volke.
Okay. Tell me, you got to play-by-play. Like, when is he going to say it?
He's clapping right now for Paul C. Volke, which we can all clap for.
Okay. Come on, Paulson. Let's get after it.
And
come on.
They're paying honor to Paul C. Volke. So
come on. Okay. Well, I respect Paulson a lot, obwisely. Paul C. But I am very, very anxious right now. So I would like him to just get to the chase.
Well, let's see. We'll find out in a second what the pick is.
Tell me.
The Volke family's making the pick, not Goodell. So let's
see. Okay.
All right, here we go.
Caleb. Come on. Who's it going to be?
Arvelle Reese out of Ohio State is the pick for the New York Giants. Wow.
No way. Arvelle Reese to the Giants.
Arvelle Reese to the Giants.
Whoa. That's surprising. Arvelle Reese. I guess they put him at inside linebacker. They develop him. See what happens.
They'll roam him around the defense. They'll have him play in a few spots, I suppose. But I didn't see that one coming. That's for sure. Wow.
That's a crazy pick by the Giants. Arvelle Reese to the Giants at 5. I mean, I guess that just destroys the argument I just had like 30 seconds ago. But wow, that is unexpected. Arvelle Reese, obviously a very good player. The projectable traits, he could be insane. He's 20 years old. He's not even close to fully developed. He can start at inside linebacker for you on day one, develop into a star pass rusher. look, Brian Burns' deal expires in 2 years, and by then, Arville Reese may be that guy. He may be the guy that really, takes off and takes over that position long term. So can't hate it. Like, just go BPA. That's your theory, Anthony, right? Just go BPA. Arville Reese being the best player on the board. Not a bad move by the Giants, I guess, in context with the BPA idea.
It's the best player available on the board, and that's what the Giants said they were going to do. They said they were going to take the BPA, and they did. I don't know how he fits into this defense, but this is a brand new defense and a brand new coach and a coaching staff, so we'll have to see how he fits in. But I'm struggling to piece together how he's going to fit into this defense right now, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, I really don't know. I'm very curious to see how they're going to deploy him moving forward. I mean, you have to assume he's going to start at, I mean, here's the thing. I think this opens up Kayvon trade 150,000%. First of all,
yeah.
Second
of all, Kayvon's probably getting traded later tonight.
Gone. Yeah, I think Kayvon's gone 100%. And I think they're going to use Abdul Carter inside a lot. I think they're going to rotate him inside a lot, and they're going to have him do a lot of. So they're going to have Reese on the outside in those scenarios. Interesting.
So who did the Chiefs trade up for if they're not trading up for Arvelle Reese?
I mean, this is shocking.
I really thought that it was going to be Caleb Downs. I thought that was the Giants pick at 5. That was the guy that they loved all throughout the pre-draft process. But hey, you know what? I'll say this. Credit to John Harbaugh and his staff for smoke screening the shit out of all of us Giants fans. Nobody saw this pick coming.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't see that coming at all. I mean, whoa. I guess they just didn't think he'd be there at 5, to be honest with you. That's the only.
No, probably not.
They probably figured he'd be gone already. I mean, maybe the Titans or the Cardinals or the Jets, to be fair. Wow. Yeah. So apparently, according to, Connor, the Giants did love Jeremiah Love, which obviously interesting. But Arvelle Reese, what are they going to do with this guy? Very exciting. Very exciting. I mean, to be fair, like, Caleb Downs could be traded, or rather, could be there at 10.
Yo, hold on. Reese is talking about. I completely missed what he said. He was talking about how the Giants are going to use him in their defense, and I didn't hear it. That's all right. Find it on social media. I don't know. Chat, how are you feeling? Chat, drop it down below. Drop the grade.
I mean, wow. He's only 20 years old. Tons of upside. Can play multiple
shout
positions.
Out to you. Thank you for the super chat. You were right. Pick was out of Ohio State, just not the guy that we thought it was going to be. Wow. Didn't see that one coming, Alex. That definitely comes as a surprise to me.
I'll tell you what, though. Positional value-wise, they made the right decision. And I think that's probably
Caleb Downs, you're saying?
Or Sonny Styles or Jeremiah Love. Like, in terms of positional value, the Giants made the right decision taking Arvelle Reese. And I'll tell you this, Harbaugh's ability to find those really good players that are at lower positional value spots in the late first rounds, second rounds, mid rounds is the separator here, right? You can feel confident that Harbaugh will help you find those gems later on, and you just take BPA in terms of positional value as early as you can, because it does come down to money at the end of the day. Like, think about it this way. Arvelle Reese is going to, in theory, if he reaches his potential, he'll be worth, if he reaches his potential in the next 2 to 3 years, he'll be worth $30 million per season at least, right? Sonny Styles, if he reaches his potential in 2 to 3 years, will be worth $15 million. That difference is a $15 million. That difference is a starting right tackle for us right now, Jermaine Illuminor. That difference is Wan'Dale Robinson. That difference is another impact player, right? So, like, in terms of positional value, I get why they did this. It makes a lot of sense. And it does feel in line with what Harbaugh would kind of do here, because he feels like he can get those lower positional value spots solved in the later rounds.
Yeah. Also, I'm not sure if you saw, the Kansas City Chiefs traded up to number 6 to take Mansour Delane, LSU cornerback. I thought they'd be able to stick and pick him, but they trade up to get ahead of presumably Washington and take Mansour Delane.
Delane's a good football player. I don't understand why people hated on him so much. So we will see, but that was crazy. Wow. I didn't see that coming at all. Didn't see that one coming at all. Wow. Harbaugh had us in a freaking blender this year, man.
Seriously.
I'll tell you. He had
Arville
us
Reese was somebody that
confused.
we all overlooked.
All of it. I don't think anyone talked about Arville Reese. That's crazy. So the Browns got 974 on 141 to move back 3
Wow,
spots.
that's a good deal. Surprised the Giants didn't.
Well, they probably
74
were like
41, you said? They got a second and a third?
Sorry. 74 141.
Oh, okay, my
Not
fault.
41. Yeah, you're good. I mean, Reese is sick, dude. He is. I mean, he's good. I don't know. It's a good pick. I don't know why people would be upset about stacking a young player who can be an inside linebacker on day one, impact player there, and then become a star pass rusher as he develops.
Yeah. The 8th overall pick got spoiled for me. I won't spoil it for you, but I will say the Giants are shaping up to get a pretty good player at number 10 overall. We'll see what happens.
So who's been picked already? So okay, so they took Mansour Delane, 7 at Washington. Who's that?
I don't know. I don't know. So I'm gonna go back to Do Not Disturb and start reacting live again. Okay. I don't know who 7 was, but somehow I know who 8 was. So we'll see. Let's get to these super chats that rolled in though, real quick. Reese and Downs, J-Dub asks, thank you for the super chat, J-Dub. Listen, it seems like it's a possibility. I don't know who was taken at 7. I know who was taken at 8. So we'll see. Maybe Downs is off the board, maybe not. If he's there at 10, I mean, could you imagine just putting together that Ohio State defense would be pretty sick. I wouldn't mind that.
Dude,
so thanks for
Caleb Downs. I mean, your offense is going to be fine because you have Neighbors coming back and Scattaboo, and you have Isaiah Likely now. So your offense will be fine. You can always make a trade. You can always do other things to like add another receiver at some point. But Caleb Downs and Arvelle Reese, that's special.
I mean, that's one way to fix your run defense overnight. Arvelle Reese is an elite run defender. Caleb Downs is maybe an even more elite run defender. So, I mean, that's what the Giants said. They wanted to fix the run defense. Let me tell you this, though, Alex. If you're looking at him from a linebacker, and that's actually how, when I watched the film on Arvelle Reese this week leading up to the draft, I watched him as a linebacker. I didn't watch him as an edge because the Giants don't need an edge. They need a linebacker, right? So my frame of mind was watch him as an off-ball linebacker. I think he's a better off-ball linebacker than Sonny Styles. I mean, I think he was.
Well, that's
maybe he is a tremendous talent as an inside linebacker, and he's got the upside to be a Micah Parsons edge, as people have kind of compared him. I mean, Arvelle Reese is absolutely sick, dude.
Yeah. So that's the good argument I think that should be made, is that if you were a Sonny Styles fan, you should not be upset by this because you just got an inside linebacker, a guy that can play linebacker and potentially be an elite pass rusher. So 2 birds with 1 stone in theory. Like, maybe Arville Reese will never be like as good of a true and tried linebacker, but the positional value here is undeniable. Like this is a good pick for the Giants. If you're in terms of like value, this is a good job by the Giants just taking BPA.
I agree. I mean, best player available, and you're talking about the value. It's pretty incredible. So, Coach Ward, thank you so much for the super chat saying Reese can play off ball and is a physical hitter. Styles was faster and more athletic, but as a catcher, not a hitter. I do agree with that. Alex and I had a little bit of a debate on that on the channel this week. I said Sonny Styles has a lot to clean up in his tackling form. He didn't miss a lot of tackles, but he also gave up a lot of yardage with his somewhat suspect tackling form. Wasn't really an enforcer. Arvelle Reese, different. He'll put you on your ass. He'll make you feel it for the next 5 days when he puts you on your ass. No pause at all. So I love Arvelle Reese, especially against the run. I think he's a great off-ball linebacker and a roamer who can do everything for your defense. I just question, isn't that kind of what the Giants drafted last year with Abdul Carter? An edge rusher who converted from off-ball linebacker. It is a question mark. But then again, you have 2 of those dynamic 2-position players on your defense. I mean, if Denard Wilson is all that he's cracked up to be, he's gonna have some fun. And yeah, Sonny Styles to the Commanders, very interesting. He'll be in the division. That's gonna be interesting to watch.
Whoa. Okay. There goes Sonny. I mean, I'll tell you this, man. We lost Dexter Lawrence, sure. But that second level of our defense now is crazy. Arvelle Reese and Jermaine Edmonds at linebacker is crazy. Our pass rush is crazy. Go get DJ Reader. in the second round, try if you can get Caden McDonald, your run defense is going to be insane. Like, okay, so here's the thing. With all these pass rushers now, the impact of Dexter Lawrence being a pass rusher is much less important, right? If you can get, DJ Reader, get a Caden McDonald or a Peter Woods, one of those guys, you don't care now. Like, you don't care you lost Dexter Lawrence because you have Arvelle Reese, you have Brian Burns, and you have Abdul Carter, and you're apparently keeping Kayvon Thibodeau. Certainly, Shefty said that. So, like, you're good. In terms of pass rusher, good. You just build out. I think he tweeted it right after the pick. He said Kayvon Thibodeau is not. I'll find it right now and read it to you specifically.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Yeah, having the
he said they don't intend to trade
live react. Yeah.
Yeah, he said they don't intend to trade Kayvon Thibodeau. So yeah, I mean it's very interesting. Very interesting.
I don't know. I guess that would indicate that they view Arville Reese as an inside linebacker, wouldn't it?
At least for now. Yeah. You just rotate him. Like, yeah. I mean, listen. Here's the thing.
Move him around.
Somebody gets hurt.
Third downs is absurd.
You could bring back the NASCAR package if you wanted to. Like someone gets hurt, he can slide in and be your starter. Like, and then he starts at linebacker. He's just a weapon, dude. He's a freaking athletic freak. Just let him be a weapon. Like that's okay. Like that's a fine result. And obviously Caleb Downs is special, but Caleb Downs is on the board. Like there's 2 picks here. There's 2 picks left right now. I don't know. I mean, if you know what the 8th overall pick is and it's not Caleb Downs, then it's only one team standing between us and getting Caleb Downs and Arvelle Reese, which would be
and I don't think Cleveland's going to take Caleb Downs if
they need an offensive lineman. I could thinking
we'll see, man.
MAUIGOA.
See. I would envision Cleveland going offensive line, but we'll see. I mean, the Giants have quite a few players to decide between if that's how it goes, but they're still showing Sonny Styles on the stage right now. We've got to get to the Saints pick, and then we'll get to the Cleveland pick. And obviously, guys, we are hiding the chat, hiding spoilers, so we're live reacting.
Let me tell you one thing right now. Can I say one thing right now? Don't let Dallas get Caleb Downs. He will be an amazing Cowboy. Do not, I can already see it in my freaking head, that star on his helmet and him ruining our lives for the next 10 years. Do not let Caleb Downs be. I will take Caleb Downs just to keep him away from Dallas. That's how little I want Dallas to have him. Can't do it. I could see Dallas taking Ruben Bain, though, if he slips to 12. That I could definitely see.
Yeah, I could see that too. We'll see. So, Lo-Fi Lotus, thank you for the super chat saying, is the plan to build from the trenches now? Yeah, probably. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. With that 10th overall pick, it could be Downs. It could be a guy in the trenches. I can't tell you, man. I'm kind of in between. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, just stack pass rushers, I guess, and that's fine with me. I mean, but again,
talent,
now you just have depth. It's just talent, just good, just not even good, great football players. Arvelle Reese should have been going number 2 to the Jets. If the Jets didn't need an instant impact pass rusher, Arvelle Reese would be a Jet, right? We get lucky because of that, because the Cardinals had, diamond eyes for Jeremiah Love, and the Titans needed a receiver for Cam Ward. So, that's how you expedite the development of a quarterback. You get them a receiver who actually catches the ball and it stays on the field, unlike Calvin Ridley. So it was a good move for the Titans. I think that was a fine decision by them.
Agreed,
man. 10's gonna be interesting, though. I'll tell you that.
H50 Pharaoh, thank you so much for the super chat saying, imagine Reese, Thibodeau, Burns, and Carter on the field together. You want to talk about bringing back the NASCAR package? That's the way to do it. Good luck passing against the Giants on 3rd down with that group pass rushing against you.
Yeah, there's no way. If you're Jermaine Lumino tweeted, another edge rusher practice will be fun. And it's a meme of him just leaning over.
That's funny.
That's hilarious. Man. I mean, they're gonna definitely test our offensive line.
Yeah, bro. Any of those?
I got you.
Send them to our chat.
I got you. Oh my God. If we get Caleb Downs and Arvelle Reese, guys, I don't actually think you guys understand how good our defense is going to be. On paper, at least, they're going to be insane. 2 Ohio State guys. I mean, especially Downs, who you can argue the positional value, whatever, the second first round pick, it doesn't matter. But Arvelle Reese on paper is a tremendous. The only reason we're not loving it right now is because we have pass rushers. But on paper, that is a steal. That's one of the steal. That probably will be one of the steals of the draft based on positional value alone. So, take that as you will. But for the Giants, if you're not liking it, It's only because of the context of the Giants. From an actual NFL perspective, that pick is an absolute diamond. An absolute diamond. We're fortunate he was on the
Yep.
board.
8-Ball asking, would you be good with Ioane at 10 overall? Thanks for the super chat, 8-Ball. Yeah, I'd be good with that. I think if you're getting Arvelle Reese and Vega Ioane, you're getting two high floor Pro Bowl caliber prospects right there. So yeah, I'd be good with Vega Ioane at 10. But let's see who else is on the board for them, because if they go Downs and Reese, I'd be cool. If they go Ioane, I'd be cool with that too. So we'll see, 8-Ball.
Yeah, we will see. I mean, look, Vega Ioane is a really, really, really good football player, and he would immediately kind of elevate this offensive line. Jordan Tyson, really, really good receiver. Is he worth that 10? Maybe, maybe not. You can make the argument. He's going to be a really good dancing partner with Malik Neighbors for the next 4 years. So you can't hate that too, or 3 at least. So whatever the Giants do here, you're walking away with an impact player. And now the question is, can you comfortably double down on defense and say that's okay? Can you double? Could the Giants go Caleb Downs like into the second round and go Caden McDonald? Like, do they want an offensive player here? They did a lot of research on Jordan Tyson. I think it was Harbaugh. I think Harbaugh told Joe Shane, go to Jordan Tyson, go meet him, go see what he's up to, and like throw everybody off. That's what I think the Giants did.
That's the question here is, can the Giants afford to go double defense? Can they afford to go? I really didn't think they could afford to go double offense, which isn't going to happen now. But could they afford to go double defense? I'm not sure. That offense still does need some work, and there's still some rough edges to smooth over. So will they go offense at 10, or will they take another defender? I don't know. We will find out shortly, though, and I can't wait for it. Michael, thank you so much for the super chat saying, could Reese be Ray Lewis 2.0 for Harbaugh? Listen, I don't want to set expectations that high, but when you're taking a linebacker at number 5 overall, you're going to set pretty high expectations. So I don't know if I'll say Ray Lewis 2.0, but yeah, is Harbaugh looking at this guy saying he could be a Roquan Smith? He could be a, an elite next level, every down linebacker / pass rusher? Yeah, he's probably got pretty high aspirations for Arvelle Reese's career.
100%. I mean, listen, you just put him in a position to win. You see where he makes the most impact, and you roll with that. You just put him in a spot to be successful. But like, dude, any injuries, you're good, right? Third downs, you're good. Third and longs, you're good. Like third and long scenarios, you're getting home. You're hitting home, right? That's third down is the most critical, important down for any NFL team. If you can collapse the pocket, if you can force bad, throws, if you can force decisions, turnovers, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be really beautiful. Honestly, I want to kind of look up his numbers right now just to get a little bit more detail on what he did this past season. Let's see here. So Arvelle Reese this past year, again, 20 years old, 6'4", 243. He is an interesting fella. 27 pressures, 8 sacks. He had 37 tackles, and my most favorite stat, missed tackle rate, 6%. He does not miss tackles. Those long arms, he's ripped as hell. That's what you love to see. And he played a lot in coverage too. Give it 225 yards of the pass breakup. And no interceptions or touchdowns allowed, but he played all over the place. 327 snaps on the defensive line, 286 in the box. And he even played 34 in the slot. Obviously, that's not going to where he's going to be, but he'll be in the box and he'll be on the defensive line a whole lot. But man, young talent. That's what the Giants are thinking. We got an instant impact player who's 20 years old. Pretty rare to walk into that. I'd also like to point out MAUIGOA could be on the board at 10 too, which makes things interesting as well. You're muted. Oh.
Yeah, I'm muted. My fault. Didn't realize that. Appreciate the heads up, Alex. Christian Whitehead, thank you so much for the super chat, man. He says our pass rush is good on paper, but still ranked 17th in production. So we are investing, but still don't get results. Means we can't develop. Well, it's a new coaching staff here. John Harbaugh coaching and Denard Wilson. Let's hope that this coaching staff can turn it around. Are you
muted,
now,
I think,
Alex?
Anthony?
I'm not muted anymore.
Oh, they're saying you're muted on the chat. Is your mic muted?
Can't hear me? Can you not hear me?
No, I can read your lips though. You're saying, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
It says it's showing on here that my mic is coming through. I'm not muted anymore.
Okay. Oh, that's weird. I can't hear you. It's very strange. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're back. Tyson was the pick. Okay. Interesting.
Yes, Jordan Tyson was the pick. So again, Christian, thank you for the super chat. But again, it's about this new coaching staff. Let's hope that they can develop the talent.
Yeah. Ay. You have to, I mean, this coaching staff's significantly better, so I can't hate that, right? Wow, Jordan Tyson to the Saints. That's an interesting one. What do you think about
It's
that?
an interesting pick. I didn't see that one coming, honestly.
Me neither. Me neither. I guess he did go top 10, so that then ended up happening. But the Saints taking Tyson, I mean, their defense is going to be pretty bad.
Another super chat coming in, though. Thank you so much. Jihad Mahmood, I think is how you say the name. Apologies if I said that incorrectly. Saying, just now tuning in, how do you guys feel about the Arville Reese pick? And do you guys think we potentially trade Kayvon having made that pick at 5? Well, Adam Schefter said that they're not planning on trading Kayvon. I'm surprised about that. I think that they should probably look to trade Kayvon. However, I do like the Arville Reese pick because I think he is an elite off-ball linebacker. So we'll see if the Giants play him more at edge, off-ball linebacker, if they just move him around. But at the end of the day, they took the best player on the board, and you can't be upset about that. So I like the pick, and we'll see what happens next.
Yeah, we will. I mean, now we're at 9, so there's a lot of players that could go right here. MAUIGOA, Caleb Downs. Who else? Who else could be here? I mean, Mansour Delane's already off the board, obviously, so I'm curious. Let's see who else is on the board. So big board. Ruben Bain, MAUIGOA, Spencer Fano, Vega, Downs. I mean, who could this be? The Browns probably take MAUIGOA, right? If I had to guess. A wager.
That would be my guess. I mean, they need an offensive lineman desperately, and he's the best one on the board in my eyes. So I could see them going MAUIGOA, but I would assume by now, Alex, the pick is probably in for the Browns, and the Giants are probably
it is now.
on the clock. Yeah. So, I mean, is it showing on
We're
the
gonna find out, dude. It says pick is in, yeah.
Okay, I see. Right?
It says pick is in.
Came up for me.
I mean, dude, you walk away with Arvelle Reese. Look, I hate to double down on defense, but if you walk away with this draft with Arvelle Reese and Caleb Downs, you won. Like you won the first round.
Yeah,
those are two elite prospects.
I think you got to walk out of the top 10 with some help for your young quarterback, man. I do.
I agree with you. That's why I'm a bit on the fence. I mean, look, Caleb Downs could be gone right now, so we don't know for sure. I don't know for sure yet.
Yeah.
But
and let me say this: you can make the argument the best way to help your young quarterback, give him the best defense, right?
That's also a good argument. You know what I mean? A good defense does make a big impact. I mean, to be fair, like the Seahawks won a Super Bowl with basically leaning on Jackson Smith and Jigba, Sam Darnold, and Kenneth Walker, and a good offensive line. That's all. That's all.
Loaded offense.
No, I know. But like, you could argue like our offensive line's good. Neighbors, Jackson Dart, Scatterwood, Tracy. Like, it's not the same, but it's good enough. Like, you can score a lot of points with those guys.
Yeah, we got Roger Goodell up at the podium right now, about to announce the pick. React to that. Spencer. Fano. Interesting.
Whoa.
Over Francis MAUIGOA is very interesting. Spencer Fano is a top 10 pick. Listen, Spencer Fano is a beast of a run blocker. Really good prospect right there. Don't know if I would have taken him over MAUIGOA, but a lot of concerns, of course, with MAUIGOA's arm length.
Back injury too.
The back injury as well. So Spencer Fano, if you're going tackle, I see the argument for it. So yeah, really good pick there. That's interesting. And now the Giants are back on the clock, Alex.
Again, here we go. Another 30-minute pick. Show what us ever had in the book. I don't know, man. It's got to be Caleb. Listen, again, I hate to go defense and double down, but like, how do you say no to Arvelle Reese and Caleb Downs? Like, that's tough. I thought they were going to take Downs at 5. Getting him at 10 is objectively good value.
Tremendous value. If you're going best player available, and it seems like the Giants are by taking Arvelle Reese at 5, I think you're taking Caleb Downs, man.
Yeah. Or, I mean, Tyson's off the board. You're either taking Downs or MAUIGOA. That's it.
MAUIGOA or Ioane. You could take Ioane. Pick is in. That was quick. So
it's Downs. It's Downs.
It's gotta be Caleb Downs.
It's gotta be Downs, dude. You don't pick that fast. You don't pick that fast and not take Caleb Downs. No way, Jose, man. No way. I'm excited though. Aye. That's a crazy
Roger
draft.
Goodell is walking up to the podium right now. This is quick that the Giants are getting this pick in.
Let's
see what Roger Goodell has for us.
Come on, Raji. Come on. Who's it going to be?
Francis MAUIGOA. They go offensive line there. They give Jackson
Happy.
Dart some support.
Happy.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad
Happy.
at all. I mean, listen, you got a great defender, best player on the board at 5 with Arville Reese.
Happy.
And you go ahead and you give your young quarterback some support at number 10 overall, Francis MAUIGOA, who probably plays right guard for them from day one and maybe shifts out to tackle later, but arguably the best offensive lineman in the class, arguably the best player on the board. I can't be mad at this. Francis MAUIGOA to the Giants. I mean, that's a pretty good pick.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, it's a very good pick. He's an instant starter at right guard. It can move to right tackle in the future. I mean, in terms of positional value, the Giants knocked it out of the freaking park tonight. Absolutely knocked it out of the park in terms of value. Ugh.
Yeah. Wow. Hey, listen, we know that Harbaugh loves to build through the trenches, don't we? So
this is a very good pick. This is a very listen. We all want this. We all want the flashy stuff. We want the downs. We want this guy. Francis MAUIGOA is a great pick for the Giants. He plays right guard he will play at a high level on day one. He is a mauler. He will maul in the run game. He'll be solid in pass protection. He's a substantial upgrade over Greg Van Roten. And then at some point in the future, he'll play right tackle for you. And then you have even more value from this player. Not to mention, if anything happens to Jermaine Illuminor, you have a above average starting right tackle waiting to play there. Like, you just got value. And Jackson Dart, the running game is going to be so good. This offensive line on paper is a top 10 unit. For the first time, guys, for the first time since Anthony and I have been doing this podcast, the Giants on paper have a top 10 offensive line. And we have a young quarterback. What more could you ask for? Your offensive line is set. Offensive linemen are some of the most expensive players in the NFL. Good guards average guards are going for $15 to $20 million per season. Good, not even great. Good, slightly above average guards going $15 to $20 million per season. Great ones are going for 25. Tackles are going for 30. Like, in terms of positional value, this is the home run selection. And if you support Jackson Dart, it's not sexy, it's not fun, but it's concrete. It's efficient, and you support your young quarterback. You can't hate that. You can't hate that, man. Downs is
can't hate it, man. You can't hate it. Yeah, Dallas just traded up one pick. I have to imagine
100%.
Caleb Downs.
That was my fear. That was the fear I had, though.
Listen, I have some fears with the Francis MAUIGOA pick, though. I'll say, I listen. You build through the trenches, and you can't be upset about the Giants taking an offensive lineman with a top 10 pick here, but the back injury is a concern, and Caleb Downs is the better player. So,
I mean, listen, Caleb Downs plays a not important position. Like, he's an amazing player. He's going to be a great player probably for Dallas, and it is what it is. But you're supporting your young quarterback, and that's more important. That's more important than taking a safety. Like, objectively, it's more important. I'm sorry if you don't disagree. If you disagree with me, that's fine. But supporting your young quarterback is more important than taking the shiny safety at 10th overall. It just is what it is.
I can say that I have somewhat of a disagreement with you.
That's fine. And you're allowed to have a disagreement. We're going to find out. We're going to see what happens. Caleb Downs is a very, very good player. But if Jackson Dart benefits and this offense benefits from having a really good offensive line, we will not care. You know what I mean? We won't care that much. So, that's just the way it is. Build through the trenches. The Giants just did that. That's a great way to start.
I don't know. You don't have any concern about this back injury maybe making him
no, because they already talked about it. It's a slip disc that is asymptomatic. If he has to get surgery for it, it's 3 months and he's back. That's what they'd reported. So, it is what it is. Like, listen, if that's what happens, that's what happens. But like, it's NFL. Like, anyone can get hurt. We watched Cam Scottable's entire ankle explode. You know what I mean? We watched Neighbors, his knee explode. Like, these guys weren't hurt before, so it happens. Like, it's just football. Like, how you can't. I mean, Jordan Tice is a little bit different because he actually is injury prone. Francis MAUIGOA is not injury prone. He just has that back issue that will be solved through surgery if they have to do that.
I don't want to see him. I mean, I think ideally you don't draft a player that needs surgery in the top 10, but listen, he's going to be a massive upgrade over Falele over. I mean, if the Giants re-sign Greg Van Roten, I think MAUIGOA would be an upgrade over him. I can't hate the pick. Like I said, you just drafted an offensive lineman to support your quarterback, support the run. These are the two picks that we didn't expect, though, Alex, right? Like, this is the curveball of a draft that we did not see coming.
100%. 100%.
And I want to say this. I saw some people in the chat say this is the next Evan Neal, right? Somebody in the chat said that. I got to say this. He is nothing like Evan Neal because Francis MAUIGOA, a man that size, should not be able to move as quickly as he does. He has a lot of agility in his game. He's very, very agile. And
he is.
The length is an issue. I'm not going to lie. I think that his arm length is an issue, but he is not a right tackle for the New York Giants. He's a right guard. So he'll plug in at right guard and he'll start for the Giants immediately, and he will
He's a great scheme fit. He's a great scheme fit.
Yeah, he is. Alex, he's a better run blocker than Vega Ioane. Everybody loves Vega Ioane, and I understand it because he's the natural guard, so he's a more seamless fit into the lineup. Understand? But Vega Ioane is a really good pass protector. He's not the mauler in the run game that Francis MAUIGOA is. Francis MAUIGOA is going to step in and just destroy dudes as a run blocker.
See what he said?
Power blocking scheme.
See what he said about Dart? I will die for that man. I'm willing to die for that man was his exact quote. That's badass, man. I don't know. I know it's not as sexy as taking Caleb Downs. I know. Listen, we're all big fans of Caleb Downs. He's going to be a great NFL player, and he's very fun. Objectively, you had to take someone to support your young quarterback. It is bad practice to not support your quarterback, especially going into year 2 of his career. Like, you had a chance to do that, and the Giants did that. And look, they turned Dexter Lawrence. They turned that Dexter Lawrence draft pick into someone to help to help Jackson Dart and potentially start at right tackle long term, and who's going to be a perfect scheme fit for our run first style. This is a fine selection. I really don't understand why people are mad. If you're mad, I'm sorry. Look at injury, the disc issue. Sure, that's something that I will sit here and say, like, I want to see how that develops. That could be a concerning thing. The length of his arms, I'm not too concerned about. The disc problem is more of a thing that I'm like, okay, let's watch and see that. But objectively speaking, this is a fine pick. This is a fine pick. And look, Caleb Downs, he wasn't going to fix the secondary, right? He's not a cornerback. He was going to be amazing against the run. He was not going to fix the secondary. So if you're worried about the secondary, start thinking cornerback, because that's where we're going to be looking in the second round, most likely. Or DT, honestly.
Defensive tackle in the second round, I think. So I'm really curious to see what Dallas does here. I'm assuming it's going to be Caleb Downs, but we'll see in a second. But
it's got to be, right? It's got to be Caleb Downs.
Find out. We'll find out. I mean, obviously, this is important for the New York Giants, so we'll see who they end up taking. But listen, man, we're gonna have to do a film break. We're gonna have to do a film breakdown on Arville Reese and Caleb Downs on the channel. That's for sure, because I think a lot of Giants fans are confused on where these guys fit. And well, let me react to this pick. Dallas Cowboys take.
Yeah,
Caleb Downs. Yep.
Damn, I called that too. That
sucks, man. That sucks. He's going to be a Cowboy.
He's going to be a really good Cowboy. Damn. Well, good thing we have a good run blocker now, because we're going to need him.
Yeah, man. I'll say this, though, Alex. You don't have any concern about the Giants taking 2 players that need to convert, like 2 different positions. Like Arville Reese is playing edge and inside linebacker. You've got Francis MAUIGOA converting from tackle to guard. Like, there's no concern here. I'm only asking because you're really defending the Francis MAUIGOA pick, and I'm not upset about it, like I said, but you don't have the concern about him moving from tackle to guard?
I mean, he's 20. Both these guys are 20, right? So, like, they're at the very, I mean, you're not gonna find, like, guys this imposing at that age, right? Arville Reese is imposing at 20. MAUIGOA is imposing at 20. These guys are going to be just fine in terms of their development. The reason that we didn't develop in the past, guys, was because our coaching staff was booty cheeks. Horrific. Horrible. Our coaching staff now is head and shoulders better than anything we've had over the last decade. We should be confident that they can get the most out of these players and help them transition, right? That's kind of the goal here. MAUIGOA is going to be a really good right guard for this team for the next few years, at least the next 2 years until Jermaine Illuminor moves on after this contract. This was a best player. This was a BPA thing, but they also wanted to support the trenches, man. All we do is, for the last 10 years, Anthony, 6, 7 years since doing the podcast, is talk about how we need better offensive linemen. We need to keep stacking in the trenches. The Giants just did 2 of those things. They just did both of those things. And can't find me be upset about it. I'm not upset. People just want the shiny stuff. You know, it's not a sexy pick. I understand that. But if Jackson Dart plays better because of it, it's fine.
I don't think it's about the shiny stuff. I think it's about taking the best player available. The Giants took the best player available at 5, and they took Arville Reese, who wasn't exactly a need. Then at number 10, they seem to take a need over the best player available. You don't. I mean, come on.
I mean,
You
it
don't see
really
the
depends.
flaw
We don't
at
know.
least a little bit
we
in
don't
that logic,
know.
though.
No, I understand that, but we don't know what their board looked like. They could have had Francis
Bro.
MAUIGOA and Caleb Downs similarly graded based on, but you also have to factor in positional value. You can't overlook that. You can't overlook that.
I won't overlook that. I won't overlook that at all. That obviously factored into the Giants' decisions on both of those selections. Clearly, the Harbaugh doesn't care about positional value shit was a lie. He does care about positional value. Both of those picks were made with positional value in mind. Otherwise, you don't make those picks. But come on, like I understand as a Giants fan, and some of the Giants fans frustrated in the chat with the way that this outcome went. I get it, man. Like I do, because the dream for a lot of fans was if Caleb Downs falls in your lap at 10, you have to take him. I agreed with that, but I don't hate.
We thought Maui would be
10.
gone at
Maui
5 or 4, so
6.
I think that's also
6.
Even 6.
I mean,
even
he went as high as 3 in a lot of mock drafts. You're not wrong.
Yeah, so like you could argue he was better, value than Caleb Downs, and not to mention the Giants have a top 10 offensive line on paper right now, guys. Like, stop complaining. Are you guys do not remember?
Why are you saying that though? Like, why are you saying that we definitely have this top 10 offensive line on paper?
Because we objectively have a really good offensive line. We have one of the best right tackles in football in terms of pass protection from last season. We have one of the best left tackles in football. We have a fine guard, John Runyon. We have JMS, who's hopefully not ass, but he was better during the second half of last season.
We have a rookie at right guard, bro. A rookie at right guard who's
but he's
right
massive. He's massive. He's
Did we not say that shit about Evan Neal, bro? We said the same thing about Evan Neal. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, but he was playing right tackle. He was playing right tackle. He was playing right tackle.
I am not saying that the Giants have a top 10 offensive line on paper because they took a tackle out of Miami to play at guard. I'm not saying that the Giants have a top 10 offensive line because of that. I got to see it before I believe it. Come on now.
The Giants had a top 15 offensive line last season with Greg Van Roten at right guard.
Yeah, because Greg Van Roten is a 12-year veteran who played right guard his whole career. That's a big difference.
Yeah, but he was 36 years old. There's no way that MAUIGOA is any worse. He's not damn good. He's okay. He's okay. Let's be honest.
Guard, bro.
He's okay. Otherwise, he'd be signed. He'd be somewhere else. He would be already. He'd be on a team already if he was a damn
graded out higher at right guard than Jermaine Illuminor did at right tackle. If you didn't know,
way different positions. First of all, so you can't.
Exactly. They're very different positions, which is why you shouldn't be saying it's a top 10 offensive line just because they drafted a tackle to play at guard.
You're the one that said he could play guard before the whole thing started.
I think he's better at guard. Yes, I do. I think he's better at guard. I'm not saying they're going to have a top 10 offensive line because they took a tackle to play at guard, though. You have to acknowledge the risks here.
On paper, they have a very good offensive line. They have a very good offensive line on paper. And if they reach that potential, we know what. Dude,
drop the berry. It's a good offensive line. Good.
Okay, whatever. Good. Do you guys remember what a bad offensive line did to Daniel Jones? What it did to Saquon Barkley? What it did to us as fans? Are we just forgetting what happened over those years? I'm not gonna forget. Ain't no way I'm forgetting exactly what happened to Daniel Jones and our offense. No freaking way I'm forgetting that. Investing in your offensive line, you cannot convince me that's a bad move.
I'm not saying it's a bad move. It's a fine move. Was it the best move though? I don't know. I don't know if it was the best move. And I definitely am not going to go out here making any lofty claims that this is a top 10 offensive line. And I see you, PW Cho. I'm not saying it's not an upgrade over Greg Van Roten. Absolutely it is. You guys know I love Francis MAUIGOA. I think he's a great prospect. Yes, it's an upgrade. But I can't say it's a top 10 offensive line because they drafted a tackle to play at guard, a tackle with a herniated disc in his back. Like, there's potential here, and I'm excited about it.
They do these medical reviews. If they thought that disc was an issue, they would not have taken him at 10.
That's a valid concern, bro. It's a valid.
I'm not saying it's not, but I'm not concerned. If they're not concerned, why should I be?
What?
They're the ones with the medical professionals doing the actual background checks. If they're not concerned about that, why should I be?
If they took Jordan Tyson at 5, you wouldn't have been concerned? That is such.
I
Bro,
would
come
have
on,
concerned
bro.
because he
Come on.
actually is injury prone. They're totally different types of injuries we're talking about.
And
here.
he has
totally.
a clean medical sheet, and Francis Mauigoa does not have a clean medical sheet right now.
It's a slipped disc, as he said. It's not even a herniated. It's a slipped disc. Vastly different injuries. These are not the same things. There's not the same things. I really don't understand. Like, we went through hell on the offensive line for years. Investing in that line is objectively a good thing.
I'm not upset about it,
Objectively.
bro.
No, I'm not saying you're upset.
It's a good thing
I'm
to
saying
invest
that
in the offensive line, but like, come on. I just some of the claims out here.
On paper, this
can't get behind some of
offensive
the
line
claims.
could be top 10. I don't think that's a crazy claim. On paper, this could be a
Could
top 10
be.
pick, a top 10 offensive line on paper. It could be. Of course, everything's a could be. I can't tell the future. If it is, we're walking away with one of the most best value grabs in this draft class who could play right tackle long term. And by the way, when he goes back to right tackle when he goes back to right tackle and his projected income per season is 30, 35 million per season, and Caleb Downs is 15, we're going to have the same conversation in like 2 years. You know, like, that's their value on paper.
I agree with the positional and the market value argument. The market value argument is very important here. You took a guy who's going to be a guard or a tackle. That's a lot of money that you're getting in the value of a player on a rookie contract. But I don't know. Yeah. I just think you go BPA at 5 and you take Arville Reese. That was the best player on the board, even though he wasn't a need. Then at 10, you don't take, in my opinion, the best player on the board to address a need. And I think it's a little bit of backwards logic.
Swapping Dexter Lawrence for Francis Mauigoa is a fine outcome, because Francis Mauigoa is going to earn. It objectively is, because he's a mauler, right? He's going to help you in the run game instantly. He's also going to save you a significant amount of money. We're talking about, if he's even average, he's worth $17 million per season immediately. If he's even average.
Sure.
Right? So here's the argument. Caleb Downs, if he's elite, is worth $50 million per season. If Francis Mauigoa is average, he's worth $50 million per season.
You're
if
right.
Francis Mauigoa is above average, he's worth $25 million per season. So from a financial perspective,
yeah,
you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. Like, with the cap going up, that's
I
probably
agree.
what
Yeah, I won't play semantics about the money. So you're right. From
a money perspective,
argument.
This is where the Giants went with it. It's clear for me.
That is the argument that I made against Jeremiah Love. That's the argument that I made against Sonny Styles, even though I would have been happy drafting either one of those players. So I get your argument. I do. But I like this pick. This is a good selection. I will never be upset with the Giants investing in their quarterback and investing in their offensive line. In 2020, they had an opportunity to invest in their quarterback, Daniel Jones, coming off of his 2019 season. They did in 2021. They took Kadarius Toney. In 2020, they took Andrew Thomas. They stopped there. They should have kept investing in the offensive line. You can't stop investing in the offensive line, and that's what the Giants are doing. They're continuing to invest, and I'm happy about that. So I'm not upset about it, Alex. I just think, I'm not going to make any lofty claims or get too excited. I want to see it before I believe it.
Of course. That's fair.
Christian, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Saying, rate the Giants draft, no copium, B- at best. I'm going to go B+. B+ for me. Alex, you seem like you're ready to fucking smack an A- or A+ on this thing.
I'll give it an A-. I will give it an A-. I think that in terms of value, it's interesting though, because like you said, a lot of people said, well, Harbaugh doesn't care about positional value. This draft for the Giants was objectively based on positional value. Like, from a financial standpoint, they saved roughly $30 million in potential cap space by doing what they did, right? What happened?
Holy shit. How did we miss this? Ty Simpson, number 13 to the Rams? What? Yo, what? Ty Simpson to the Los Angeles Rams at number 13 overall. I'm sorry to derail the conversation we were having about the Giants, but come on.
What? That's disgusting. That's stinky. That's smelly.
Disgusting.
That's a smelly pick by the Rams.
Bro.
What?
I mean,
what? That's disgusting. Why didn't they just extend Stafford like a second ago?
Just extended Stafford. Apparently, they informed Matthew Stafford today that they plan on taking Ty Simpson. The pick is for when he retires, whenever that is. Apparently, they're trying to Aaron Rodgers / Jordan Love him. But I mean, wow. So that was the big shoe to drop that Jay Glazer was hinting at, because Jay Glazer was the one that broke that news. That's insane.
What the hell are the Rams doing? What the
I don't
hell are
love
the
that
Rams
pick
doing, man?
I don't love that pick for the Rams. I'm sorry if I spoiled that for anybody, but man, that's
What the
something else.
hell are the Rams
Sorry, I didn't
doing?
realize that I spoiled it. I thought it was already selected. I just opened up
That's
Twitter.
disgusting.
We were chatting for so long. It was
This is the
10 minutes ago. It
weirdest
was
draft.
posted.
This is the weirdest draft I've ever seen, man.
This is a weird draft. Wow. All right. So we do have another super chat here. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to derail what you were saying, though, Alex. If you
No,
want
that
to
was
jump back
that was
on
a
it,
reasonable reason to do that.
We've got
That's
this one in here
crazy.
from J Dub. Thank you for the super chat, J Dub, saying people were going to moan and complain no matter who we took. It is what it is. We have too many holes to fill to fix everything in one draft, and I don't disagree with you. And listen, I'm not moaning and complaining. I'm kind of playing a little devil's advocate here with Alex, but I just want to get to like the heart of the conversation and point out, I think there were better players on the board, but at the same time, Alex makes a great argument here. Positional value, market value of the positions, those things factor in. So it's a worthwhile debate to have at the very least.
Yeah. So I'll draw my last kind of opinion on this and certainly standing my ground at this point, but Arvelle Reese from a positional value over Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs or Jeremiah Love, who are similarly positional valued at safety, linebacker, and running back, having a pass rusher like Arvelle Reese long term, dude, Kayvon Thibodeau today would be getting $20 million per season, and he's injury prone objectively. So like Arvelle Reese in 2 or 3 years could be worth $30 million per season. Jeremiah Love at the top of the running back market we're talking about 15 to 17 mil. Caleb Downs, we're talking about 15 to 16 mil. Sonny Styles, we're talking about 14 to 16 mil. And that's in 2 or 3 years, and the cap's still increasing. You're saving $15 million on positional value. You could have Arvelle in 2 years. You could have Arvelle Reese and Sonny Styles. You just go sign the best linebacker on the market. Just go sign the best safety on the market. Go sign the best running back on the market. You get Arvelle Reese plus the best guy who's already been in the NFL for a couple of years. So like from a positional value perspective, from a cost perspective, the Giants did the right thing. Francis Mauigoa, if he ends up panning out the way that we hope he does, and he plays right guard, his instant worth is $20 million as an average guard. Upside, $25+ million. If he goes to right tackle, upside, $30+ million. Comparably to Caleb Downs at $15 million. That's $30 million the Giants will have saved by doing what they just did, by taking Arvelle Reese and Francis Mauigoa. $30 million, you know what that gets you? A superstar receiver in the NFL. Not superstar, maybe top end, maybe like not S tier, but the one tier below that. It gets you a T Higgins, you could say, right? It gets you a T Higgins in the NFL. That's what 30 million, or George Pickens. That's what 30 million in the NFL gets you. It gets you a starting veteran right tackle, or a starting tackle. It gets you a pass rusher. It gets you Dexter Lawrence. That's the same amount of money he's basically making. From a positional value perspective, the Giants made the right move. Financially, they made the right move. I can't disagree with their logic and thought process behind what they did.
I can't disagree with that argument that you're making, but the best player available argument, that's a different argument, and we can have that.
It's debatable. That's debatable.
Well, let's get through this super chat, and then we'll get to another one in a second here that I think is a good conversation to have on that topic. So between the toes, thanks for the super chat saying, do these picks make us better in the win-loss column right now? Yes, I think so. I think that they do. I think having an upgrade at guard allows the Giants to run the ball better, more comfortably. And I think Arvelle Reese can make 1 or 2 plays in the fourth quarter of a game that changes the course of the game. So, yeah, I would say yes.
I would have to say yes as well. I mean, one big run to the right side, that's, extra points on the board.
Let me say this, Alex. In terms of, does this make the Giants better in the win-loss column? The Giants got a player at 5 who was supposed to go at 2. And if he wasn't going at 2 because there wasn't a quarterback worth taking at 1, he would have been in contention for the first overall pick in the draft. Arvelle Reese is arguably the best overall prospect in the draft class versus maybe Jeremiah Love. So you've got 1A, 1B situation here with Arvelle Reese and Jeremiah Love. Those were the best players in the draft class. Yeah, it makes the Giants better in the win-loss column. And yes, they got a steal. It's a confusing pick because he's an edge, but he's also a linebacker. And if you're going BPA and you're going position values, Alex likes to bring up here, Arville Reese was maybe the best player in the draft class. Some people at least had him graded that high. So that's
and I'll throw this out there, right? If you're sitting there and you're thinking, okay, like, well, why didn't they take Sonny Styles? Arvelle Reese could be a linebacker on day one, as people are saying in the chat right now. He could be a linebacker for you. But at some point, he's going to transition to edge at some point. And when he does, he's going to be really good because he's 20 years old and he already looks the way he does. His arms are the size little mini fridges, man. Like, like you can't be upset about that. He is the only reason that people are upset about Arvelle Reese is because they don't know him. He wasn't mocked to the Giants. People have not seen him. People have not seen why he'd be a good fit, why he would do this. You want to know what good teams do? Want to know what good NFL teams do? They're unpredictable. Good NFL teams are unpredictable. The Giants just added 2 players who are unpredictable. I'd say Francis Mauigoa is probably not the best example to use there because he will be playing right guard. But Arvelle Reese is unpredictable. The Giants added a piece who's going to add a dynamic to their defense that nobody's going to know what to do with. You know, how do you game plan for Arvelle Reese? If you're an opposing offensive coordinator, how do you game plan for a guy that's going to stop the run at linebacker at an elite level, and then on the next down, on third down, he's going to rush the passer with unbelievable speed around off the edge? How do you prepare for that? Not to mention you got to worry about Abdul fucking Carter. Sorry, excuse my language, but I had to do that. Freaking Carter and Brian Burns. How do you prepare for that? Someone please explain to me. You know, Kayvon is, and someone just said Kayvon's on the table. I said it before. Why on earth would Kayvon be on this team anymore? I don't know, but he should be traded at this point.
I 100% agree with that. I saw the report from Adam Schefter saying that the Giants plan on keeping Kayvon Thibodeau. BS, bro. They're going to get an offer tomorrow. They're trying to drive up that price. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to drive up that price. Once they drive up that price, they'll trade him once they get the pick that they want for him. So that's my opinion.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, listen, it's interesting. You know, so Connor Hughes reported about Mauigoa is back. One head coach who evaluated him extensively said they're pretty sure it's fine. Pretty sure, obviously, is the
read the rest
pretty
of
sure, pretty sure. Yeah, it's pretty sure it was fine. So, like, you know, that's I guess it's more optimistic than it is pessimistic. So I guess I'll take that as a W. But you know, it's definitely. I'm not going to say you're not lie to you. Like I'm hoping it does not. I'm hoping it does not end up becoming a problem because that obviously would be very bad. But I feel like pretty confident that we'll be all right. You know, I feel pretty confident we'll be all right. I don't think the Giants would make a decision like that if they didn't know it was going to be okay.
So let me ask you this question, because this is a great question here from our longtime viewer and awesome supporter, Sam Fountain. Thank you for the super chat saying Mauigoa is the best offensive player on the board, ? I'll actually say yes. I think that he was. Who else was on the board? Maybe I'm mistaken, but I think Mauigoa was the best offensive player on the board, Alex. Everybody that's been selected since then has just been offensive linemen and Caleb Downs, right? So, and Ty Simpson. I think Mauigoa was the best offensive player on the board.
I still can't get over the fact that Ty Simpson just like slipped in there somehow. What the hell are they doing? Oh my God. You got to love the Rams, man. They're very unpredictable. Oh man, the Ravens got Ioane. Damn. That's a good pick for them.
It's a great pick for them, bro. Great pick for them.
Yeah, man. Sick pick for them. Who are the Jets about to take?
Interesting question.
Take
Christian Whitehead. Christian, thanks for the super chat. That's possible. Said, can't say he's good. He's never played a snap in the NFL, plus has a back injury. Plus, if he changes position, he has to learn. I'm with Anthony. So obviously referencing the little debate, the scuffle that we got in earlier, Alex, which was all in good fun, of course. But yeah, I you know, Christian sides with me. You can't say he's good yet. You got to see him play. And, you know, he's changing positions. So factors to consider. But I do like the pick at the end of the day.
Look, there are a lot of analysts out there that are way smarter than all of us who think that he is extremely versatile and he's going to be able to transition to guard just fine. So I'm not. Listen, Evan Neal played right tackle in that college level, played right tackle in the NFL, and is one of the worst right tackles I've ever seen. So if he can do that, Francis Mauigoa can move into guard and play a really high level guard. Like, you know, it's easier actually for him to do that than probably play tackle on the outside. So listen, like the Giants went and they took 2 guys who were going to make an impact in the trenches, right? Again, I can't be mad about protecting Jackson Dart. You can't convince me to be upset about, you know, not saying that you're upset, Anthony, not by any means, but some people seem to be. And you can't convince me that protecting your young quarterback is a bad idea. Because listen here. You go into 2027 and then you could do whatever you want. Your pass rush is elite. Your offensive line is good. Hopefully, they keep taking steps in the right direction. And you just have so much money now because your positional value is there for the future years. But also you can just take a best skill player next season. Like, now you have, this is not a 1-year thing, guys. Like, remember, this is a multi-year process. John Harbaugh, this is his first year. Okay. We're hoping to be a championship contending team in year 3. I mean, ideally now, but more realistically, year 3. By then, this team is going to be stacked full of young talent. And might I add, Francis Mauigoa and Arvelle Reese, you want to know how old they're going to be in year 3 of John Harbaugh's tenure here? 23 years old. 23 years old. Do you understand that we drafted Tyrone Tracy and he was 24? You guys know that? When we drafted him, he's 24. These two guys are going to be here for 3 years and not be 24. So, like, that's pretty exciting. I don't know, man. I feel okay.
No, I mean, 100% with you on that. I mean, it's a young core that the Giants are building here. So, Alex, really quickly before we go ahead and dive into the rest of these super chats, I do have to give another shout out to the sponsor of today's episode, which is Prize Picks. So just going to give a quick shout out to Prize Picks. 60 seconds back right after this. Pull it up. Apologies. So quick shout out to Prize Picks. If you aren't playing on Prize Picks yet, you're missing out. Prize Picks is America's #1 sports pick app. It's a daily fantasy sports platform, and the app is super easy to use. No complicated lines to worry about. You just pick more or less on a few stats, lock in your lineup. That's it. It's that easy. Straightforward, and it's available in most states, including California, Texas, and Florida. And one of the coolest parts about Prize Picks, Alex, is that it has a feature that allows you to follow your friends or favorite content creators just like us, like you would on any social media platform. So you can follow me on the app at Anthony Rivardo. Alex, what's your Prize Picks at? I don't think we've asked for your profile Prize Picks yet. What's your username so people can tailor your picks as well?
Well, my username will just be Alex Wilson ESM. Very simple, very continuous with all of what you see on the screen on my Twitter account as well. It'll be very simple. But guys, I mean, we'll have a fun season ahead. We have a fun season ahead doing stuff.
For sure. So follow his picks as well. Follow me on Prize Picks at Anthony Rivardo. And if you want to get in on the action, download the app using code HMA and the link in the description. You'll get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Good luck. Enjoy the games. And remember to play responsibly. And you make picks on the draft tonight. So, Alex, let's go ahead and get through the rest of these super chats. But first, unfortunately, I got to use the bathroom. So up to you, buddy. You got to solo it for 2 minutes. Have fun.
What are the Jets doing, man? Let's talk about the Jets. The Jets just took Kenyon Sadiq. Why? They had Mason Taylor last year in the second round. I'm not sure what the Jets just do crazy things every year. You look at the Rams, you're like, okay, the Rams do their thing. They took Ty Simpson, but the Jets are strange. Don't really know why they do that. I mean, Reuben Bain would have been really good for them. Although, did the Buccaneers end up taking him? Oh, their pick is in. Yeah, they took Reuben Bain. Okay, that's a good pick for them, to be honest. But the Jets taking Kenyon Sadiq, they're up next. So I'm sorry if I spoiled that for you, but that's a weird selection. Interesting. I don't know why they would do that. They kind of need help elsewhere, but nonetheless, Jets are going to jet. And listen, I'll tell you what right now. Prediction: the Giants trade up for DT Caden McDonald. He is a tank. Like, Anthony and I both really like Caden McDonald. He would be such a good guy to slot into the defensive tackle position, really help the run game, right? You have Arville Reese, who's going to be a sick linebacker against the run anyway. But you go get Caden McDonald, you're feeling pretty good about your run defense. Your secondary is obviously, again, booty cheeks is what it is. But again, this is not a 1-year turnaround. The Giants have a lot of money in 2027. They have all their draft picks. They haven't done anything crazy to trade up and, use future picks. This is, the trenches look good, man. The trenches look really solid for this team moving forward. Your offensive line's good. Your defensive line is really good. You lose Dexter Lawrence, you get Caden McDonald. Your defensive line's really solid. You have young, you have experience there, and you feel good, man. And so apparently the Knicks just won too. They were down 15 last time I checked. 107, 105 with a minute left. 108, 105. Oh, come on, boys. Let's freaking close it out. Let's close this out. We need that dub. A good Giants draft class and a Knicks W tonight would be exactly where I want to go to bed. That would be where I call it quits. But I'll tell you what, so far happy. Obviously, the Giants don't have any more picks. I mean, unless they were to move up and back into the first round, which is unlikely. I don't think the Giants want to spend any draft capital. We don't have that third round pick. So, in theory, we probably aren't going to move up into the first. but that 37th overall pick is valuable. I don't know, man. A lot of people seem pissed off about this draft class. I don't. I'm not one of those guys. I'm pretty happy with how this panned out. You took the best players available. Arvelle Reese could have been a #1 overall pick, if it was no quarterback, and you can't be upset. And listen, you're gonna run the right. If you're gonna run the football with Cam Scatterbo and Tyron Tracy, and Jackson Dart also, by the way, runs. So having good offensive line kind of is critical, and we didn't have any money to spend anymore. So, I'm pretty excited about what the Giants are building here through the trenches, and emphasizing that point. We complained, how many times have we been so upset about the Giants lacking investment in the trenches? Now we have we have an embarrassment of riches. An embarrassment of riches in the trenches, Anthony. Can't be upset about that. We've gone too many years being pissed about that.
It's not an embarrassment of riches, but okay.
No?
All right, we got to go through these super chats
terrible.
faster, man. We have a lot of them piling up, so let's go through them. Leo, thank you so much for the super chat, saying it's one thing I could say about Harbaugh. He knows how to pick his players. Ravens always had dogs on their team. Trust the process. LFG. Yeah, the Ravens, I think, ranked 3rd in terms of most all-pro selected since 2015, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, I trust the process, and I love Harbaugh's ability to draft.
Yeah, man. Appreciate the super chat. Yeah, I mean, Harbaugh, this is a change of pace, right? Neither of these two guys we thought were going to be Giants. Neither of them. And usually we can kind of tell who the Giants are going to take. So very much a change of pace. I think what Harbaugh told Joe Shane, don't change anything about what you're going to do. Don't change anything about what you're going to do, because that's exactly how we're going to throw everybody off. And it's worked like a charm, man. The draft fell to us, and we just took the best players there. And adding good football players is a good thing. And listen, if you look at what Harbaugh said, if you can't stop the run, you can't breathe. Of course, losing Dexter sucks, but there's nothing he could do. Arvelle Reese is going to help a ton in that regard. And you still have the chance to maybe get Caden McDonald. Would be sick. Our run defense would be sick in that case.
Yeah, and I want to dive into Arvelle Reese's position in this team, because weak side linebacker is what John Harbaugh said. So we'll talk about that in a second here, but let's get through these super chats. Thank you so much, Jacob, for the super, saying we were the top 10 with Van Roten. Why not with Francis Mauigoa? I mean, yeah, technically by PFF standards, the Giants did rank 10th in the NFL in offensive line rankings. They better be back in the top 10 after drafting a offensive lineman top 10, and you already ranked top 10. If you're not top 10 next year, that's going to be a problem. So yeah, hopefully they are top 10. Bro is muted.
Sorry, I was trying to pull up the Knicks game simultaneously. There's 15 seconds left, and I can't possibly miss this last shot.
I know it's a close game, right? What's
I know. It's 109-108, and there's 12.5 seconds left. So we know what's going to happen. It's going to be the Jalen Brunson show. Last shot to win. This guy CJ McCollum is just killing us, man. Freaking what? How is he suddenly amazing? But yes, I mean, look, the Giants' offensive line last year was solid. It was good. It was good. It was a good offensive line. Mauigoa has the potential to be substantially better than Van Roten, and that's, a good problem to have, to see how good he can be, and then potentially be right tackle in the future. So you have a lot of versatility, Anthony. Like a lot of insurance policies, to be honest with you. A lot of insurance. Arvelle Reese can plug and play at edge if you need him in a pinch, and Francis Mauigoa could kick out to right tackle in a pinch if you need to. So, those insurance policies at critical positions of extreme value, can't hate that. Not at all. Can't dislike it.
Yeah, agreed. So Todd sent a super chat with no comment attached, but then he sent another super chat. So we're going to go to him, and then we'll go back to you, XXX Davi. But thank you, Todd, for the supers, both of them. Really appreciate it. Saying, doesn't this feel like deja vu? New front office with 2 top 10 picks, taking a linebacker, an edge, and offensive tackle. Yeah, it does kind of feel like deja vu, actually. We were pretty excited like this when they took those players in 2022, Alex. But I will say, I think that Arvelle Reese is a much better prospect than Kayvon Thibodeau was in 2022, I would argue. And I would even say Francis Mauigoa, as a tackle, I think he's pretty even with Evan Neal, but as a guard, I think he's a better overall prospect than Evan Neal was.
100%. I mean, Evan Neal, let's be honest, in hindsight, Evan Neal was a really good prospect. He just had a horrible work ethic, and he became slow and didn't care, and didn't have what it took to be a good player in the NFL. He was a very good prospect. I think, we don't have to, you and I are not trying to rewrite anything, but some guys just don't pan out. Some guys just don't take to the NFL. It happens. There's busts. I don't think we can't. Here's the thing, Anthony. We've been damaged so many times over the years. Oh, the Knicks lost. Damn, that sucks. You can't be like we've been damaged by bad, obviously Eric Flowers, Evan Neal, those types of situations. It's tough, but not bad.
It is for sure. Davi, thank you so much for the super chat saying Joe Shane out. Downs was there for the taking. Now he's gonna own us for the next 5 years. Nah, who's gonna? Oh yeah, Downs might. Listen, it's gonna be tough going up against Downs for the next 5 years and Sonny Styles. Those are both elite players. But the Giants got the best defender in the draft class. Let's acknowledge that, be happy about that, and go from there. So that's my take on it.
I'm not scared of Dallas. I'm going to be honest with you. Dallas finds ways to lose, and not that we don't find ways to lose, but until Dallas proves that they can be a sustainable product, I don't fear them. The Giants have a good offensive line, really good pass rush. Let them get to work. But I appreciate the super chat.
Yeah, I fear them a little bit though. We got to Todd already. Agor 1000, thanks so much for the super chat saying shout out for my movie 3 streaming Prime May 5th. This is Anthony Gore. And yes, big shout out to the movie 3 streaming Prime 5th. I actually meant to message you recently, Anthony, and ask you when that was going to be streaming. I will definitely be tuning into that. I'm super excited. So yes, big shout out and everybody stream that on Prime on May 5th.
Yeah. Very, very exciting. Shout out for movie 3. That's awesome.
Yep.
Appreciate that.
That's our resident Giants fan, Fireside Giants viewer, and movie producer. Pretty awesome. Jack, thanks for the super chat saying great pick by the Rams. I doubt many thought 2 QBs were going round 1, so more DT slide to round 2 because of this pick. Totally possible. Let's see what the run is at the back end of the first round. Maybe defensive tackles are a run. We definitely saw a big offensive line run. Blake Miller going to the Lions. I did not see that coming, but let's see what happens with these defensive tackles. Man, I hope that one of those Ohio State defenders joins Arville Reese. And I'm talking about Caden McDonald, Alex. Wouldn't it be great if he's there in round 2?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That would be awesome. And yeah, another super chat, Jack. Really, really appreciate it. And it's a great pick by the Rams because, like you said, another player is going to fall to the Giants because of it. We just have to hope there isn't some crazy run. And I'll tell you this, Anthony. The run on offensive linemen, by the time the Giants get to 37, all of the offensive linemen that are worth taking will be gone. All of them. So that was their chance. That was their chance to get a starting offensive lineman. So, there is value in that. With that being said, defensive tackle would be fun. It'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've got Blake Miller going at 17. So if you wanted to take one of the best offensive linemen in class, you had to do it at 10, and the Giants did that. So can't hate it. Egypt Steel with a big $20 super. Thank you so much. Great supporter of the channel. I'm late to the party, but LFG, Anthony, and Alex, let's fucking go, man. Let's go.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. It's going to be a fun season. We're going to be here every single day, as always, going up and down with us on the emotional roller coaster that is this team. Much love, buddy.
For sure. Much love. Can't wait for the season. It's going to be an exciting one. First one of the John Harbaugh era. Eric, thank you for the super chat. In round 2, either of you like Mike Washington, running back out of Arkansas? No, I don't personally. I think if you were going running back, it was Jeremiah Love or bust. I don't want the Giants to draft a single running back in this class if it's not named Jeremiah Love, which obviously it's not going to be. So Mike Washington in round 2, not for me. I don't think he'll be the best player on the board, and he definitely won't address a big need for the Giants. So personally, I would pass on that one.
Yeah, me too. I mean, in round 2, we've gotten so much value out of day 3 guys at this point. No point in taking a running back too high. I think you stick to what the Giants are doing. Just go best player available, keep stacking good players. And, running back is a low positional value guy. Mike Washington's fun. He's fast. He doesn't have great, lateral agility. He's really a straight line runner. Really high upper body. He's not my favorite player. I don't think we need him. So I'd rather, if you're going to take a running back, do it in like the 5th or 6th round when you could just try to hit a homer and like a, nobody, like a Tyrone Tracy type of guy. But in this instance, I'm definitely going to opt for like a defensive tackle or even taking a chance at a cornerback potentially. But I appreciate the super chat, Eric.
Yeah, and here's also a tidbit of information I'm going to throw out there before we get to the next super chat. This is from Micah Garafolo of NFL Network saying the Giants worked closely with the Hurricanes' athletic training and medical staffs leading up to the draft. Hurricanes being, of course, University of Miami. They were supremely confident in the info they got on Francis Mauigoa's back. So that is obviously important information. Giants are super comfortable with his back injury. And The Giants actually hired Adam Bennett as their head trainer this offseason, and he was with the University of Miami. So he was obviously familiar with Francis Mauigoa. That's great information from Patricia Traynor there. I didn't even realize that. Did you realize that,
a lot
Alex?
of no, I didn't. I did not know that. I'll tell you what, though.
Former head trainer at Miami is now with the Giants, so of course they know what Francis Mauigoa's back looks like.
That's a great point. I mean, they must feel pretty good about it then. So I'm gonna opt to go with them. But my feed on Twitter right now is basically just all of the top analysts saying that they love what the Giants did. So I'm gonna just stick my ground for now. And everyone said that. So Mauigoa and Reese were two of their top 5 players on the entire draft, and they didn't even think it was possible. Yeah, I didn't even think it was possible they were going to be able to get both of them. So
to be fair, I didn't either. I had no idea that Mauigoa would make it to 10. I thought he was a top 6 player. If he didn't go at 6, I thought somebody would trade up for him. So the fact that the Giants got Mauigoa at 10. It's pretty shocking and pretty exciting. And Arvelle Reese at 5. Again, I have questions about the fit. I have questions about his role in the defense, but I have no questions about the talent. He is an elite talent.
Yeah.
Sean, thank you so much for the super chat saying Anthony just DM'd you leaks reaction from the debate. From my debate.
We'll get to that. No, Malik Neighbors is like live streaming it, and he had some stuff to say about Arvelle Reese, and he was saying some stuff about Caleb Downs too.
Okay, got you. Okay, so it says Neighbors questions the Mauigoa pick is what he just sent me. I'll definitely have to listen to that after we're done.
Why are we supposed to like assume that Malik Neighbors is like good at constructing rosters or something? I don't take his opinion very seriously. Like, to
I
be
don't know
honest,
if that's what he'd say, but I mean,
no, I'm not saying that's Sean saying that. I'm saying like I don't care what Malik Neighbors has to say about roster construction because he's a player, not a general manager or John Harbaugh.
Fair enough. I do find it interesting though. I'm curious to see what he said about it. We've got Mrs. Fireside Giants leaving a super chat saying, "Hi, my love and Alex. Keep up the good work, boys." Well, thank you, my love. Appreciate it. Thanks for the super chat. We will keep up the good work. Thank you so much.
Anthony says the same thing to me. It's crazy.
Crazy. You're wilding. Thanks, babe. Appreciate the super. All right, let's get back into the chat. Also, if you haven't seen what's been going on inside of the NFL draft right now, Alex, the Eagles did just trade up to pick 19. And also Caleb Banks out of Florida, first defensive tackle off the board, going to the Minnesota Vikings. So we were talking about a potential rundown of these defensive tackles. It could be on the way. And actually, I had that wrong. 19, Carolina sticking and picking. The Eagles actually just traded up to 20 with the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, I hate those trades inside the division. Those are always sneaky. Don't love that. Don't like that at all.
Caleb Banks to the Vikings is super interesting. That would have been maybe my top player on the board if he fell to 37, but clearly there was no freaking chance of that. He went to 18.
Way. That's really early.
So, yeah, that's early. But is it though? Like, that's a question mark because Caleb Banks, is he a top 20 player in this draft class? Maybe. The reason why people thought he would fall into the second round was injury questions, but he released a statement to NFL teams today explaining that he's fully recovered and he will be 100% cleared by June. And so the Vikings feel comfortable taking him at 18. So they're actually showing a highlight of him stacking Jackson Dart right now on NFL Network.
Nice. I'm surprised the Jets went with Kenny and Sadiq. I know you didn't get your take on that, but that was interesting. They just took Mason Taylor in the second round last year. The Jets are a weird team. Very strange team.
A weird team is a nice way to put it.
Yeah. So many tight ends.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I don't know, man. We'll see. This is so we have what? Like 13 more picks in the draft. What are the Cowboys doing? So they moved from where exactly?
They were only back a few spots. I think it was like a 3-spot swap, and they traded a bunch of day 3 picks.
I see. Well, so here's some interesting stuff. John Harbaugh said about Arvelle Reese, he'll line up next to Tremaine Edmonds at linebacker. Specifically, the quote he put, it was pretty good. We'll be running games and picks and stunts. He can play off the ball and on. He's versatile and exciting. He was their number one. Arvelle Reese was the team's number 1 non-quarterback player in the entire draft. So,
yeah.
Value, may I suggest? Not bad. Not bad value. Like Neighbors just understand positional value. The Knicks lost. I'm still not over that. That actually really sucks.
That does actually suck really badly.
So they just find ways to blow up, man. They're gonna blow up that whole team.
Yeah, I really like that quote, actually, the one that you just shared about the picks and the stunts. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Day 2 predictions, Alex. What are the Giants doing tomorrow night? Because now we have another really interesting stream coming up. Christian here with the super chat. Thanks so much, Christian, saying, I'm predicting it now. Giants will go wide receiver at 37. Let's see who's on the board at 37. There was an early run of receivers, of course, with Carnell Tate at 4, Jordan Tyson at 8. Those guys both went higher than anybody expected. I think that's very interesting. But haven't seen many receivers fly off the board since then. Could there be a good one on the board at 37? What do you think they're going to do on day 2, Alex?
I mean, like you said, it depends who's on the board. I think they probably want to take a defensive tackle, but I would have said Jacob Rodriguez at linebacker, but obviously you got off. Obviously, you don't need him now. Gerard McCoy, anyone? Gerard McCoy?
Would you take Jermod McCoy with 37th pick with that injury history? I don't know.
I mean, if healthy, he's arguably the best cornerback in the draft class when he's healthy. But like, do you take a chance in the second round on that upside? It's, the first round, no, right? I mean, at least so far.
Yeah, it's arguable. Maybe. If he was fully healthy, he'd be a top 10 pick. But he didn't play last season, bro. He didn't play it down. So
it's true. It's true. It's true. You're not wrong.
For the question from Fireplace in the chat, will we be streaming tomorrow? Absolutely. Of course I'll be streaming tomorrow, brother. I'll be live. Alex, you joining me? I'm sure you'll join me at least.
What time does it start? What does it start tomorrow?
What time does it start tomorrow night, guys? Let us know in the chat. Somebody knows for sure. I'm dropping.
I have no idea. So the best available players, we'll see here.
Going on in my life. Just kidding.
There's Avion Terrell. He could slide, but I doubt it.
7 p.m. Alex.
Okay, that's.
I could see Terrell getting out of the first round. I could see it,
dude. Omar Cooper Jr., bro. I'd trade up for Omar Cooper Jr. He is a good player. He's a good ball player.
Would you?
I don't know how far.
That's why I'm staying for reference. That's why I'm staying up staying live for the rest of the first round, because what if they do trade? You
just never know. Yeah, you just never know. He's a good ball player. Omar Cooper Jr., one of my favorite receivers in this draft class. He is just a feisty slot receiver. He can move outside too. It's a good receiver. Really good hands too. I do think he would be fun on this team, but
yeah,
we'll see. There's other players. I mean, Casey Concepcion. Obviously, it's a guy that you like.
That's NATO's guy. That NATO loves him.
Yeah.
NATO, I just saw him say in the chat, let me know if he gets picked. I will, bro.
Peter Woods could be. Maybe they traded for Peter Woods.
Yo, chill. Don't get me that excited, bro. Peter Woods is like Leonard Williams 2.0. That guy's a beast. Obviously, he's not as good as Leonard was coming out of USC, but he's got that potential.
So I'll say this. If the Giants walk away from this draft class with MAUIGOA, they somehow managed to pull off getting Peter Woods. They walk away with MAUIGOA, Arvelle Reese, and Peter Woods. This was a great draft class. If they walk away with Peter Woods too, this is a great draft class. Like, can't convince me otherwise. I know losing Caleb down sucks, especially to the Cowboys, but you just got 2 really good pieces on the well, in that case, 3 really good pieces in the trenches, and everything starts there, man. Everything starts in the trenches. Neighbors will be better. Scatterable will be better. Dart will be better. Likely will be better. The secondary will be elevated because of that pass rush. You know what I mean? Like, it'll cover up a lot of flaws. Don't doubt that. I also don't know if the Giants are necessarily done at cornerback. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to trade for somebody.
There's no way they're done at cornerback. No way. No way. Yeah. I mean, they're going to draft somebody at some point in this draft, I think.
Yeah.
Damn. And you know
Jackson
what, man? What's that? What did Jackson Dart do?
No, MAUIGOA had a good quote. He was like, Jackson Dart going to protect my ass off. I'll guarantee you that. I'm going to do whatever I can to protect my ass off. That's what.
Love it. I remember when Evan Neal said the same thing for Dame.
You know, Francis MAUIGOA he's Samoan, right? I think you muted. somehow went mute again.
Muted. I am not.
Oh,
muted.
sorry. For a second, I didn't hear you. We got muffled. It was just my thing. I'll tell you what, though. I love me a Samoan offensive lineman. Love me a big old Samoan. Love me.
Yo, wait. Hold
Samoan.
on. Can I point something out that just happened in the NFL draft in case you haven't seen it?
Please, what happened?
The Philadelphia Eagles just got Mekhi Lemon.
It's a good pick for them, I guess. It's a weird ass team, bro. They have a weird ass individuals across that roster.
Are you joking? Good pick. That's a freaking steal, man.
It is a good pick.
That is
a good pick for
steal.
them.
Mekhi Lemon is.
They're definitely trading AJ Brown, especially because AJ Brown's leaving.
100%.
Yeah, he's going to be very good for that. He's a tough. I mean, especially with our secondary, he's going to tear us apart. Not going to be fun. Not going to be fun.
Mekhi Lemon to the Eagles. Yo, the rest of this division just got really good. I think we got good too, but like, I don't know, man. What the Cowboys, Eagles, and Commanders did tonight is something to discuss as a Giants fan.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Those were some damn good picks all those teams just made. And Dallas still has another pick coming up.
I don't like Dallas.
Fantasy Feud did do this. I'm going to give credit to Fantasy Feud. When I was live streaming last week and we were talking about potential trade packages for Dexter Lawrence, he said Bengals trading for Dexter, the 10th pick. And I said, I would love it, but maybe not. But there you go.
Yeah, man, Mekhi Lemon's a good pick for them. That actually is really
what are people talking about? What did I say? I got the iced teas going. You guys got to chill. Oh my god, I love this chat. This chat is so funny. Every time I live stream, I have such a good time because of you guys. I really do. You guys are so funny. I don't even know what I said that's got them going right now, but I'll have to watch it later. Watch it back
every freaking year.
I'm getting look at that. Look at that comment from Jeff. I'm not even gonna read that out loud.
What did Jeff say?
This chat, bro.
Am I behind? I don't even. Oh, I see Jeff. Oh, the iced tea. Dude, I ran out of my iced tea. Drank all of it.
E10? What does E10 method mean? I don't know what that means.
I don't know. It's probably like
your offensive tackle is Samoan.
Yes.
You guys got to relax. Relax, J-Dub. All right. I got to stop focusing on the chat. Let's get talking ball.
I'll tell you what. My right guard's Samoan, baby. I'm happy. I am happy. Mekhi Lemon to the Eagles really does piss me off. Why do they do every year this happens? Every year they get some steal of a player that falls to them. Every single season. Some really good player falls to them.
I don't know how they do it every year. Well, they're patient and they're always picking at the back end of the draft and they always find ways to accumulate draft capital so that they can make these aggressive moves. How we did it again. Yeah, whatever. I'm going to start just dissing these guys. I know I talked about how great Caleb Downs is. I know I talked about how great Mekhi Lemon is. I'm just going to start dissing them, dude. I'm going to start I'm going to make things up, bro. I don't even care. I'm just going to start talking about how bad they are because they're playing for division rivals now. Sonny Styles can't tackle, bro. Maybe he could tackle at the collegiate level. Now he's playing for the Commanders. Come on. He tackles upright. He wrestles guys to the ground. He doesn't put them in the ground. He doesn't know how to tackle. He's going to get ran over at the NFL, right, Alex? Sonny Styles is going to get ran over by Cam Scatterby twice a season.
Sonny Styles has to meet Francis MAUIGOA in the hole.
Good luck.
Simple as that. Simple as that. Big Samoan. I got to make a t-shirt. Big Samoan.
Yeah.
Sonny Styles is going to have a time of his life.
You know who else is going to have the time of their life?
Tell me.
Cam Scatterby. Cam Scatterby. Right here, this quote from Francis MAUIGOA.
Dude, we have Patrick Ricard too. I mean, yo, imagine being Sonny Styles. Imagine being Sonny Styles. You're trying to plug the gap, and you run into Francis MAUIGOA, shake him off by the graces of gods, and then you gotta get smacked by Patrick Ricard right after that. You're cooked, bro.
Yeah, he's cooked.
This
quote from I don't know if I can read this quote, Alex. This quote, this quote from Francis MAUIGOA. I'm gonna read it word for word from what Jordan Random put out on Twitter. Francis MAUIGOA, after saying he would die for Jackson Dart, now chimes in on running back Cam Scatterbo. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that guy, he said.
It's not even that bad.
It's not, but the chat is getting at me, dude. I can't. They're in my head now. They're saying pause at everything that I say. I keep seeing it in the chat.
You've been compromised.
I've been compromised. We might have to end the stream early. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, dude. Francis MAUIGOA getting hit by Francis MAUIGOA, then Patrick Ricard, then Kim Scatterbo. Bro, you're so cooked. Like that. That is. I gotta tweet that.
Oh my god. Sonny Styles in the hole, getting hit by Francis MAUIGOA, Pat Ricard, and Cam Scatterbo. They're running the train on him, bro.
All right, see, like you didn't have to take it there. You just did that on purpose.
I didn't have to. I didn't have to. But now, the chat got me, and you know what? Now I'm doing what I can to make the chat laugh. I thought that was a good one, though. Anyway, I see like 5 different pauses in the chat right now.
I still can't like imagine getting MAUIGOA, then Ricard, then Cam Scatterbo. You're like, that's crazy. That's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. Neighbors needs to stop talking.
I know. Neighbors does need to stop talking. Neighbors does. People are
needs to stop talking.
Everything he says.
Just get off the live stream. Or just be like supportive. Like you could just be supportive. Like you have a new player on your team, right? You know what I mean? Like you're about to go like practice with this guy every day. Ridiculous.
The chat is so funny though.
I have to like not look because I actually like have to.
I know you get distracted.
I do get distracted. My God.
Yeah. I mean, we're live streaming at 10 o'clock at night. If we're not getting a little after hours with it, we're not.
We're like 3 hours in. Yeah, it gets tiring. It gets crazy after hour 2.5. Damn, man.
Have you actually listened to what Malik Neighbors was saying, bro? Have you listened to him?
I saw the quotes, but I wouldn't.
He like genuinely sounds pissed. Bro, he's sitting there. All right, Malik Neighbors is sitting there on this Bleacher Report panel, chatting like he's Adam Schefter. He's chatting like he's Daniel Jeremiah on NFL Network. He's sitting there. Well, you just last year drafted this guy. You just did this. So where are you going to play this guy? Yo, stop.
The Giants should make it. The Giants should ban their players from doing live streams during the draft.
Don't say that. Stop. No, that's something that they have done. Don't say that. We want these players on this live stream. They would have a blast. Imagine if we had a player watching the draft with us right now. Wouldn't that be great? Don't say that, Alex. Don't say that.
Yeah, Neighbor should be on here talking shit about his new teammates instead.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Apologies. I should have thought of that before.
Yo, OGs in the chat, if you were here for the 2020 NFL draft, drop who we had. We had a Giants player on the roster at the time on the stream. Drop it in the chat if you remember who we had on the stream.
The most random player of all time. You will never guess it.
First person to say it wins the first giveaway of the night. First person to say it.
There is no way.
If you were there in 2020, longtime viewers, and you were there for our live stream, there was a player on the stream with us who is currently on the Giants roster.
There is zero chance anyone gets this.
I know, bro. I almost had to think about it. I was like,
I still am unsure. I know his last name. I don't remember his first name. I think I know what it is.
It wasn't Pugh. It wasn't Okereke.
We have had Okereke on the channel, but it wasn't for that.
We did have Okereke on the channel.
No, it wasn't Bobby. This is way back. Like I don't even think anyone was even. I don't think anyone watched us at that time, really. So it was like the beginning.
Nobody remembers. I don't blame you guys for not remembering. Yeah, I mean, I even think we had I think we had our former third co-host of the channel on with us, didn't we? Right? Like, wasn't it that far back?
Yeah.
Oh, we got it! Yo, someone got it!
No way.
J-Dub, crazy pull. J-Dub, good pull, dude. It was Jonathan Hilliman, running back of the New
Yeah,
York Giants. Watch that stream live with us. Great
that
pull,
was the
J-Dub.
wildest thing. Why did he agree to that? I'd love
Wow.
him for it, but that's crazy.
Yeah, shout out Jonathan Hillman. All right, so J-Dub, DM me at Anthony Rivardo on Twitter. Don't DM the at Fireside Giants because I probably won't see it. I don't check those DMs often. DM me at Anthony Rivardo, Anthony_Rivardo, and I will send you this.
Honestly, I wouldn't have got that either, and I was on the show if I was in the chat right now.
NATO said LMAO. Who the hell is that?
I probably wouldn't have got that too, to be honest.
All right, here's what you're winning. You are getting this plaque of the 1990 Super Bowl champion New York Giants. This is what you're getting.
That's pretty cool.
Yep, first giveaway of the night. You're getting this. Pretty cool. It's got all the player names, coaches' names, everything, the scores of every game from that season. Cool plaque for you to, put in your office or whatever. So send me your address and everything and just let me know. Just send it over to my Twitter account and I'll send you over first giveaway.
You guys want to see the most random thing?
Another giveaway to do in a little bit too. So
yeah, I'm not giving this away, but I'm going to show you the most random thing that I've ever received in the mail.
Are
so
you
I got
just flexing on us, bro?
Yeah, I'm just going to flex you on you guys. It is that weird. It's so strange. So a couple weeks ago, I get an email from some woman at like a communications department or whatever, and they're like, "Oh yeah, like so Eli Manning is doing a giveaway. Or he's like chosen his favorite select whiskey, like of the year, single malt barrel whiskey." His favorite of the year. And I'm like, okay, like cool. Like they're like, oh, do you would you want a bottle? And I'm like, sure. Send me a bottle of whiskey. And I'm not gonna be upset about that. I'll drink with my pops. They sent me a bottle of whiskey signed by Eli Manning. It's like the most random thing of all time to get signed.
It's so cool though.
But I love it. And I'll never drink it. I'll never drink it. Although I really, really want to open it right now and just take a swig. I really can't. I feel like it'll lose any value it has. It doesn't have any value, to be honest. I don't think anyone would purchase this from me. But most random thing of all time. And thank you for sending this to me, kind woman. I forget what your name is.
That's so awesome.
Little Knob Creek. Even says at the bottom, Eli Manning, bold pick, 2026 batch. Pretty cool.
J-Dub says he's not going to accept the giveaway because he doesn't have Twitter, but you can DM me on Instagram too. If you DM at Fireside Giants on Instagram, I'll get it to you. But if you don't have Instagram either and you really just want to pay it forward, we'll ask another trivia question and let somebody else win it. But just let me know. If you DM the Instagram, we'll get it to you. That was such a pull, dude. J-Dub been here forever, bro. I can't believe you remembered that.
He said it was a lucky, just threw out a name. That is the most random name of all time to just throw out there.
So I want to talk about this chat from Greedy Grizz, but we do have a couple super chats that we didn't get to yet, so I do want to get to those. But I just want to say this. I agree. Malik Neighbors should not be criticizing the Giants draft picks in real time. Those are your teammates now. Like, come on, lock in, realize you are criticizing and shit talking the guys that you're going to be playing with in 6 months from now. Cut it out. That's my take on that.
Yeah, probably not a good idea to be doing stuff like that. I don't know. It's very odd. Neighbors does this sometimes, though. I don't know why.
Yeah, sometimes. Whatever. Super chat from Christian. Thanks so much. Saying, I'm predicting it now. Giants will go wide receiver at 37. I can't remember if I pulled this one up or not, but maybe I did. But if I didn't, I think we can talk about it again. I haven't seen a run on receivers yet. I think Mekhi Lemon is the last one that was selected. So I could see a good receiver being on board at 37, Alex. Would you be on board with the Giants taking a wide receiver at 37?
It depends who it is. I don't love this receiver class. So, it'd have to be the right player. The guy Stribling that I showed you the other day, though, Dejon Stribling, I do really like. I think he's probably going to go in the 3rd round, something in that range. But if he was there in the 4th for us, he is sick. Like,
he's well past 37. Honestly, bro, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, the only receivers that have gone off the board are the big names so far. You've got Tate, you've got Tyson, and you've got Lemon. Concepcion, we're already at pick 23. This draft is moving quick. No receivers coming off. But you do have the Bears, the Bills, the Niners, the Chiefs, the Dolphins, the Patriots, and the Seahawks. All of them have a wide receiver listed as one of their top needs. So there could be a run here. But if there isn't, I could see wide receiver being the pick at 37. Maybe Concepcion. If Denzel Boston sneaks out of the 1st round, that might be a nice pick for the Giants at 37. Let's keep an eye on that. But Another super chat here. No cap in my racks. Thank you so much for the super. Saying we may have passed on downs, but I'm praying Dylan Tiedemann falls to 37. Cooper DeJean 2.0. Yo, I can't believe Dylan Tiedemann hasn't been picked yet. I thought for sure he would have gone 8. So, yeah, I thought he was a Minnesota Viking.
I saw Mox having him at 10 or 11.
Yeah, he was going as high as like 11 to the Dolphins or 18 to the Vikings. So I'm surprised Tiedemann's falling down the draft board right now. And yeah, he sneaks into the second round. That would be very Cooper DeJean-esque, and I'd be on board with that.
I mean, to be fair, I can see Dallas maybe doing something like that right now. You know, really shore up their
they just took
defense.
downs. You think they're just going to take 2 safeties? I mean, it's not impossible, but
I don't know. I don't know who they're going to pick right now. I mean, we'll see. They're on the clock, aren't they?
Cowboys, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they could take like Jermon McCoy and just like they screw it. But
he's in actually. Think they go double secondary like that? I mean, they did cut Trayvon Diggs last year. Big Blue Train says Big Blue. Thanks for the super chat, Big Blue. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot.
I love this guy. This guy right here and this name. This super chat. Thank you so much, Snow Bunny King. Say you love big meaty men and rank our meaty men.
What? What did my ears just hear? Rank our meaty men.
Rank our meaty men.
On the offensive line, Andrew Thomas.
Andrew Thomas is number 1 meaty man. Jermaine Lamore is number 2 meaty man. Number 3? Give me Francis MAUIGOA.
The Samoan.
give me
Samoan.
Give me him as our number 3 meaty man. And then number 4, Runyon. Number 5, John Michael Schmitz, I guess.
JMS. Not very meaty.
Shit, I'll take Falele.
I forgot about him.
If you want to talk about meaty men, he's 380 freaking pounds.
If we're only going by girth, he is number 1.
Yeah, true. Good point, man. Great point.
It's just a fact. I only speak facts, so it's fine. Oh, right. Evan Neal's also on the team, and he does flip burgers.
Oh my god, he's so oh my god. Mission accomplished. Since we're live streaming, we're just having fun. The draft has become secondary, which is awesome.
It has been. Dallas took Malachi Lawrence.
So let me tell you this about Malachi Lawrence. This is really cool. Yeah, that is my guy. So this is my guy, and I found out this was my guy because my friend who went to UCF is a diehard Dallas Cowboys fan and texted me yesterday, man, wouldn't it be cool if we took Malachi Lawrence? I used to go to the bars with him all the time. They just took him. So I just texted my boy. It's going to be cool.
Maybe you can weasel your way into their draft. Their
Christian goes to UCF. That's crazy, bro. I got mad friends that go to UCF. That's sick, man. We used to party at UCF.
I'm just happy that
an hour away from UCF.
Mark Cooper. What are the Browns going to do here? What are the Browns up to these days?
That's a good question.
Who did they take before? They took Spencer Fano, so they don't need an offensive. I mean, they should take Omar Cooper Jr. For being honest, they should take him because they don't have that many receivers. So they have Jerry Jeudy, right? That's about it. And they have Fannin, who's nasty. Love Fannin. Oh, your college guy's Eric Gray. I'm so sorry. Oof.
Another super chat in here from Jack. Jack's been killing it tonight over across the pond. Appreciate you. Omar Cooper and Caden McDonald are there at 37. Who you taking? I think he kind of just responded to that, Alex. I will say
that's tough.
I can't pass up on Caden McDonald because we need a defensive tackle so badly, and he's so sick.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I either of them. I can't answer that. Either of them. Would love either of those two players. Both of them are awesome. Can't hate it. But McDonald will be fun. But so Cooper, man, so good out of the slot. But so much fun with Neighbors and Isaiah Likely too. I don't know, man.
For sure.
That's still a couple of picks are gonna be interesting. The Bills.
Another super chat coming in from Dell. Thank you so much. Saying, no lie, call me dumb, but I really like our picks. I understand we let Downs go to the Cowboys, but we got a monster right guard, and people forget we got Ricard. Hey, listen, I agree. Giants did get a new starting right guard for the next, hopefully, 10 years. I don't know. But they definitely got an upgrade at right guard immediately, in my opinion. I really like Francis MAUIGOA. I just watched a lot of his film this week, Alex. I was texting you about that the other day, actually. I remember that. MAUIGOA is awesome, man. He's a mauler. He's a really good player. And the thing is, while he has limitations in pass protection on his film, those are at right tackle. And anytime he lost a pass protection rep, Alex, at right tackle, it was because of length. His arm length is. It wasn't because of foot agility. He's got really good foot agility. He's got a great anchor. So everything else in pass pro, he's really good at. It was just arm length. But he's not going to be playing right tackle. He's going to be playing guard. So that agility is now a weapon. That power, that anchor, that strength, weapons. You don't have to worry about the length at guard. So, and yeah, he's a beast in the run game. So I like the MAUIGOA pick. I mean, I had to fight back against you over some of the claims you were making, but I do like the Francis MAUIGOA pick.
I mean, you're definitely not dumb, good sir. I think I appreciate the super chat nonetheless. And this was a fine draft class. Like I said before, I'll summarize. TLDR, the Giants saved $30 million by doing what they did. $30 million is what they saved. So they basically got two really good players, two of the best players on their board, by the way. Arville Reese was their #1 ranked prospect that wasn't a quarterback in the entire draft class, and they got him at 5. And Francis MAUIGOA was in their top 5. He was #4 on their list, got him at 10. So based on projected value, excellent draft picks, right? Not to mention they saved $30 million because of the cost savings of those positions, which equals a star player. A difference that $30 million, by the way, is a star running back and a star safety in the NFL. So you could make the argument the Giants, got a starting guard, a potential star pass rusher / linebacker. That's where he's going to start in the NFL, and they got $30 million to spend. Not a bad trade off, in the grand scheme of things long term, because they don't have to address linebacker or pass rusher, and they don't have to address offensive guard and free agency. They could just throw money wherever they want at other positions now that are less positionally valuable. You're not dumb at all. And in fact, I think you're quite smart.
I agree with that. I agree. All right, so I missed it. J-Dubs, did you decide to hand off the giveaway, or are you going to send me your Instagram? I might have missed it in the chat. So let me know, J-Dubs. If not, I'll give it away to somebody else.
Away.
Yeah.
We'll see, man. So what? Have the Browns done anything yet? Did they end up taking somebody yet? They're on the clock. The pick is in.
Yeah, pick is in. So let me say this, Alex. I talked a lot all throughout the pre-draft process about how much I love Sonny Styles. I was a big Sonny Styles fan. And Sonny Styles is an awesome linebacker. I didn't talk a lot during the pre-draft process about how much I loved Arville Reese because I didn't think he would be there for the New York Giants at #5 overall. But if you're looking at them as linebacker prospects, Arville Reese is a better linebacker than Sonny Styles is, which is why I'm really happy about the pick because I'm not viewing him as an edge. I'm viewing him as a weak side linebacker, like John Harbaugh just said he is. So I don't know. I really like this selection. And also, I've got terrible news to break to one very specific member of our chat, which is Nato, who is the biggest Casey Concepcion fan that I've ever met. He just went number 24 to the Cleveland Browns. He will not be a New York Giant. Yeah, that's early. That's ahead of Omar Cooper Jr. That's a great pick.
That's really early. I don't think I would have done that. That seems too early for me. But this receiver class is quite thin, so I'm not surprised teams are just throwing darts at the board at this point. Oh, our good friend Greg Turdhaller has arrived.
A good player anyway.
He is a good player. I just didn't think he was 23 good, but this draft class, like whatever, I might as well throw it at the board.
I could justify taking him that high. I like Omar Cooper Jr. a little bit better though. But when we watched Casey Concepcion on the channel a couple live streams ago, a couple weeks ago, you weren't here. It was just I was doing that one solo, Alex. But like he's a deadly weapon, bro. Concepcion's a really good punt returner. He's really nice release package off the line of scrimmage against press coverage.
He's
like
fast.
He's a good receiver, bro.
It's a good
Yeah,
fit
he's
for
fast.
Nagy's system, honestly.
Yeah. He is, honestly. He actually is like the Matt Nagy receiver for sure, like a Chiefs receiver. And instead, he's just going to, you know,
disappear in Cleveland. Just disappear in Cleveland. I mean,
that's a shame. That's a shame.
By the time that he even sees the ball, Shedeur Sanders have drifted back 30 yards into the pocket. So he's going to be standing there with his hands up.
NFL Network is showing pieces of the puzzle, Browns offense, and it's just the nastiest offensive lineup you've ever seen. It's disgusting. Shedeur Sanders, Quinshon Judkins, Spencer Fano, Harold Fanning. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm being harsh.
love Fannin.
I
love Fannin.
Yeah, Fannon's
actually, I like Judkins, but his knee exploded. I don't know if you saw that injury, but not fun for him. Fannin is awesome. Jerry Jeudy is Jerry Jeudy. Like some weeks he looks like a superstar, other weeks he looks like he's a WR3. So I mean, a lot of it is obviously receiver, or rather quarterback based. And their offensive line, by the way, they haven't addressed it much, did they? What do they do there? Because didn't they lose like half of them, if not all of their starters?
You say
the Browns
or what position?
No, the Browns. Sorry, offensive line. They got Spencer Fano before, but they also lost.
They got Fano. Yeah, they made a couple signings in free agency. They literally did lose all 5 of their offensive linemen, though. Yeah, you're right.
I guess it's probably for the best, honestly, because they were quite bad last year. So might as well just reset.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I don't know.
Like, Reese is gonna be fun,
Alex,
man. Like, if you like Sonny Styles, Reese is gonna be sick.
I'm gonna allow you to ask the next Fireside Giants trivia question for somebody. J-Dub said he'll pass it along, so you can ask the next Fireside Giants trivia question for somebody to win. And keep in mind, guys, if you're answering the question, you have to DM me so you can claim it. But this is what you're winning, is the plaque. So,
I mean, put me on the spot. I gotta think of a question now.
Take your time. Take your time. We can talk about other stuff in the meantime.
Let me think about it.
Yeah, I agree with this, Jacob. If you're not on board with Arvelle Reese, watch his film. You'll get on board really freaking fast, dude. Really fast. I mean, what I loved about Arvelle Reese when I was watching his film was there were times where we talk about setting the edge, right? Like, can an edge rusher set the edge? Can a linebacker stop against the run? And there would be plays where Arvelle Reese just gets low, puts his shoulder down, and then pops up into that chest of that offensive tackle and just stonewalls him and makes the play. I don't think there's a Giants edge rusher on this team right now who can do that. And guys, I love Brian Burns. All respect in the world of Brian Burns. Brian Burns knows personally how much I love him, but he is not making those kinds of run stops that Arvelle Reese was making at Ohio State. Arvelle Reese was just a demon against the run. That's the thing.
You want to hear a crazy quote from John Harbaugh? So somebody asked him about the Dexter Lawrence trade. This is his first quote about it. He goes, to get the 10th pick in the draft and then to see it play out tonight, it's pretty clear that it was a W for us. Not that it wouldn't have been a W to keep Dexter. Sure would have been. But that didn't turn out to be possible. It wasn't something that he was really prioritizing in the end, and that's okay. Clearly, they're pretty happy with how things turned out.
Well, listen, they're claiming that they got 2 of their top 5 overall players on the board at 5 and 10. So obviously they're happy.
Top player.
So I got to address something. I keep seeing this in the chat, bro. I keep seeing this. People keep saying Arvelle Reese had a 0.4 GPA in high school. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But can I just make this point, Alex? I love football players who only know football. Okay? You can be dumb as a bag of rocks, but all you know is ball. That means you're going to be a Hall of Famer. Like, I think of some of the best players that I've ever watched defensively, and they are not the brightest young men, but they are damn good football players. And that's, if Arvelle Reese is not studious, if he's not hitting the textbooks, if he's not in the library from 8 to 10 p.m., I don't give a fuck. I just want this guy to go sack the quarterback. I want this guy to stop the run. And that's what he's going to do. So I don't care about his GPA. That's me personally. High school GPA, no less. Not even his college GPA. It's a completely different game. Maybe it's a hot take. Maybe it's not. I just want a guy who can get after the quarterback and stop the run and play football. And, I think more often than not, those defensive players who, are not smart in high school end up being really good football players at the NFL level. That's just my take.
Well, didn't we have a theory? The bigger the neck, the better the player.
Yes. Oh my God. When we were talking about that, that was so funny. We were talking about Tyler Linderbaum. Linderbaum is like Linderbaum's head
Dude's
is just
neck just goes up.
the man's
It's like
just
a
a
tree
thumb.
trunk.
This is Linderbaum. He's just yeah. So there's neck theory, pause, and then there's and then there's dumb as a bag of rocks theory.
I think I saw that at Interstellar.
Those are the best players. those are the two theories we subscribe to here.
Didn't we see that with D. Williams last year? Didn't we see that?
Oh my God. D. Williams, bro. The best Giants player, the best actress. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah. So the theory is that the bigger the neck you have, the better football player you are. So that's what we so Anthony and I started measuring necks to see how good of a football player you are.
I swear, bro. You look at these players. Yo, you know what we need to find out, Alex? How big is MAUIGOA's neck?
Well, if I just do a little bit of math
this
here,
will change everything.
If we ever meet him, I'd be like, I need you to stand perfectly still, and I'm just gonna take out a measuring stick. He's like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? I need to measure your neck for science.
Oh my God. I'm gonna be honest, bro. He's got a pretty girthy neck.
He's a good football player.
He's gonna be a damn good football player.
He is gonna be a good football player. Most importantly, oh my God, got like a tear. It's one tear coming out of my face. What do the Bills do? What are the Bills up to? So Dylan Thieneman finally got picked by the Bears.
Yes.
Interesting. I'm actually like quite excited to see what the Bills do because the Bills always mess their picks up. Like no matter what, they mess their picks up. Omar Cooper Jr. should be their pick, but
you said the Bills. The Bills always mess their pick up.
Always mess their picks up.
I saw who they picked. I'm not even gonna say. I'm gonna wait for you. See it.
Ty Simpson went 24th too.
Two teams drafted Ty Simpson.
Two teams have drafted Ty Simpson.
They took Carson Beck. No.
Oh, dude, that would be hysterical.
If Carson Beck's a round one pick, I'm the president of the United States.
Oh my
There's
God.
just no way.
Oh my
the
goodness.
Dolphins just made a trade.
Oh, did they? So what did the Bills do? Can you just tell me what the Bills did?
Wait, no, that wasn't the Bills. It was the Texans. I'm sorry. I didn't see who the Bills were.
Oh, yeah, okay. They're on the clock.
Yeah, I saw who the
Until Boston, maybe.
Texans pick was crazy. Texans reached for need. That's what they did.
Oh, the Bills traded out.
Yes, with the
Texans.
Wait, yeah, with the Texans, and Texans made a crazy ass pick.
Oh, I was like, what? Oh, what's their pick?
Oh, I don't want to spoil it for the chat. So once the chat just doesn't care anymore, we probably don't.
Yeah.
Yo, we got our first vote, Alex. We got our first vote.
I promise. Dude, I'm watching this show right now where like James Franco goes back in time to like stop the JFK assassination. It's actually a really good show. It's called like 11/23/63 or something like that. And
interesting.
Yeah, actually really good. James Franco, Loki. Like I haven't seen him in like anything in so long, and I like his acting. He's a good dude, good actor.
There is a reason you haven't seen him in anything in so long, but I'll just let you do your own independent research about that. Anyway, did you come up with the idea for
Amber Heard shit on his pillow too? What's happening?
No, I'm not. We're not going to touch the topic of James Franco.
Okay.
Did you come up with the Fireside Giants trivia question for the plaque? Yeah.
Oh.
Even Christian's asking for a giveaway question. What is it?
Oh,
Lo-Fi likes that show.
Oh, does he? Yeah, it is surprisingly a good show. I was quite surprised. All right. Let me think about this. Does it have to be like FSG specific?
That's what I'm hoping for.
Okay.
I want somebody who's an FSG longtime viewer to win. You know.
Okay. How about this? How old is my kid? How old is my child? If you've been watching us for a long time, you definitely know I may look young, but I have a child. And if you know how old she is, she's made an appearance here and there, accidentally.
Yeah, she's appeared on the show a couple times.
Yeah, she has. She's sleeping now. Thank God.
Dude, Alex,
Girl
I'm
doesn't
like
wanna
so
sleep, man.
thrilled about the idea of the new NASCAR package, bro.
Fireplace wins. Damn it.
Fireplace
Her birthday's
wins.
on
Yeah,
Sunday.
that's right.
That was really fast. Yeah, her birthday's on Sunday. We're going to the Butterfly Vivarium in New York City. Very exciting.
Oh, that's awesome.
3
That's really
months,
nice.
bro. I know.
All right, Fireplace.
I'm happy
this is what you
Fireplace
win.
got that.
Yeah,
22, Charles
Barkley.
Barkley. Good God. I had a child when I was 7.
I know, 2 years already. Greg says that's for real though. Time
Crazy,
flies.
bro.
Fireplace, you win this. DM me on Twitter at Anthony_Rivardo. If you don't DM me there, DM Fireside Giants on Instagram. If you DM us at one of those 2 spots, this is getting sent to you along with an FSG sticker that I am going to sign.
It just became negative value sticker.
Shut up. No, you weren't here a couple live streams ago when people were asking for my signature. So that's what that was a reference to. If
What
you
does your
would,
signature
show
look
the
like?
live streams. Bro, the
Well, I
amount
have a
of
child,
documents
that's
that I
why.
signed for you.
True, that's true. That's true.
Just go look at my 1099, bro. Nah,
1099.
look at something else. I don't even think that doesn't make sense. All right. So did you see the Texans pick yet or no?
No, I didn't. Hold on.
Pretty sure
I'm
I
going
can
back.
say it now.
Oh, Kalen Rutledge.
Yeah. Yeah,
Interesting.
Keelan Rutledge is the pick.
He plays relentlessly through the whistle.
Yeah, but he was also supposed to be picked at like 40. So, you know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's why I was
That's
saying that
crazy.
was a crazy pick. That was a reach for a need. That's all that was.
That is a reach.
Yo, Ty
Usually
Simpson
it's
adjusting his hat. What a
freaking
dork, bro. I
Raiders.
can't stand this guy. Ty Simpson's going to be a demon now. He's
What a
getting coached by
dork.
Sean McVay and Cliff Kingsbury. So you guys, you can make fun of Ty Simpson right now. Make fun of him now. But in 3 years from now, Ty Simpson's going to be a dog, bro. Ty Simpson's going to be one of the best players in the league.
What are the Dolphins? Dude, why did the Dolphins only have 2? Oh, they had 3 first-round picks. Whoa.
Dolphins just made a crazy ass pick, bro.
The Dolphins are the weirdest team because they have 3 first-round picks, all of which were like out of the reach of the best
3?
players. Yeah, they have 27
they
and
took-
30.
They took Proctor at 12. They have the 30th pick now? How'd they get that?
I don't know.
The
Unless
Niners,
it's
the
just
Niners have
bugging.
that, no?
Oh, then they just swapped picks.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
Oh yeah,
I
they
don't know,
must have
I'm-
because they had 30 from the Broncos, but now the Niners have it. They moved up from 30 to 27. The Niners were at 27. So
Who are they taking?
yeah, nobody that you've probably even heard of. Or
Okay,
excited
that's good
about.
news because I want Omar Cooper to keep on dropping. And
He's
Caden
dropping, bro. If he
McDonald's.
makes it out of the first, bro, we are lit. But I think
We
he's
should
gonna
trade
go
up to
30
get him,
the
deadass.
Niners now. He might go
He might.
29 to the Chiefs. I don't know. He's gonna
Dude,
go.
if Peter Woods gets to the second round, we absolutely should trade up to get him.
If Peter Woods goes to the
Absolutely.
second round, I am talk about Woods. I'm gonna be excited.
Jeez, it's Christmas time. Good God.
Just saying, bro.
Good
I'm
God.
excited. Only one defensive tackle has been drafted so far. So, really good chance that a defensive tackle who's really good is on the board for the Giants at 37. In fact, Alex, they're picking at 37. At 33 is the New York Jets. You know, there's a few teams in front of the Giants. They're 5th in the second round. Let's say this holds. The only defensive tackle taken in the first round is Caleb Banks. Are you trying to trade up a couple spots? Flip one of those. Giants have 3 6th-round picks. You trying to flip one of those, move up a few spots to take the defensive tackle that you want rather than settling for the defensive tackle that you get? Good question, right?
Well, I'll tell you what. Remember when we didn't trade back what happened? That run of corners that we missed out on last year with no, it was a couple years ago.
2
Cooper
years ago, right?
DeJean,
With
Cooper
Tyler
DeJean,
Newton.
McKinstry, all those guys. We
Well,
missed out
to be
on
fair,
them.
that happened because they traded the 37th pick for Brian Burns, which was a great trade. And then they
Right.
were picking 49th, I think, for Tyler Newman. But
Something like that.
yeah, so but I
That
get your
run was
argument. Trade
crazy.
Your argument is to trade up, right? Yeah.
Well, the argument is like if you have a need and there's a player that you think is worth it, you make a move. I think the Giants would do that though if they have a lot of conviction in somebody. I don't necessarily think they're like dying to get Caden McDonald or I don't think they're dying to, but I think that
I am.
I think if it's within reach, if it's like 3 or 4 picks away, you don't have to give up a ton. Maybe you're giving up like a 5th rounder to move a couple spots.
Right. Like they have 3 6-round picks. Can you
Yeah.
send 2 6-round picks? You know, like, can you make that work? That's why we're still live though, too, right? Because picking 37,
You
they're
never
in
know.
striking distance to get up to like pick 32, for example. The 32nd overall pick is the Seattle Seahawks. Of course, they won the Super Bowl. The Seattle Seahawks said earlier this week, their general manager said, we want to trade down from this pick. Did you hear him say
Right.
that? Yeah. So could the Giants move up to 32, make the final pick of the first round, and say, hey, F it. Let's get 3 first-round picks in here, and let's get a defensive tackle who's going to start from day one. So that's why we're still live. That's something to be interested in. It's definitely
you get that 5th-year option as well, which is always good to have.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I mean, dude, listen, like I said, if the Giants walk away from this draft class with MAUIGOA, Arvelle Reese, and one of Caden McDonald or Peter Woods, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Like Dexter Lawrence leaving doesn't matter.
Did you see here who the Dolphins took or no?
I'm waiting to see it. Their pick is being announced right now.
All right, cool.
Let's see.
It's interesting.
Chris Johnson.
Not CJ2K. Different Chris Johnson.
Okay. Oh, he's back for more.
The Patriots just traded up. Patriots are picking 28th now. Traded up with the Bills, another interdivision trade. Interesting.
Wait a minute. Chris Johnson. Oh, he's a DB.
Bills just traded down twice.
What position does Chris Johnson play?
He's a cornerback out of San Diego State. Big school.
What?
No disrespect. Sorry.
I can't even find him on the list.
Yeah, he was definitely not a first-round prospect, that's for sure.
I'm confused. Where is he? I literally can't find him on the ESPN like list of corners. Oh, maybe this is the available player still. That would make more sense.
Yeah, that makes sense, buddy.
Wait, hold on a second. So I'm just trying to figure out where he was projected to go. Let's see. Cornerback. He was okay. So he was the 34th ranked player. So yeah, he was a little. It's a bit early, but it's within range of like whatever.
Was he that high up? I didn't realize he was that high up. I thought he was more.
It depends.
50s.
It depends. Everyone has a different thing. I'm on Tankathon, so like take it with a grain of salt. They have him above Avion, Mitch Terrell, and D'Angelo Pons. So it's kind of up to interpretation. But it's an interesting pick. I mean, the Miami Dolphins have a bad team. Like their roster is ugly. It's an ugly ass roster.
Yeah, the Dolphins suck. They're going to be picking top 5 next year.
Definitely. I mean, they probably want to suck. To be fair,
I'll say this, bro. I could see the
Pats take,
Miami, bro.
Dude, the Pats definitely just took Omar Cooper Jr. Right? I mean, they could use a receiver. Get him and AJ Brown. You're feeling pretty good about yourself.
Yeah.
Could be wrong.
So Christian's asking if we have another giveaway to do. I actually do have another thing to give away, Alex, but I gotta leave you solo dolo for like 2 seconds while I grab it. So I'm gonna do that right now.
Go for it. I'm trying to figure out what it is. Oh, okay. So I'll read you some stuff I'm seeing online. Jordan Rannon said an hour ago, multiple sources told him all-pro guard for Francis MAUIGOA. If we get an all-pro guard out of Francis MAUIGOA, I'm going to go off on a limb and say we're all going to be real happy about that pick. Really happy. So, like, what would you rather have? An all-pro guard or an all-pro safety? One of those guys makes $30 million per season. Another one makes 15. So positionally, value, and financially, it makes more sense to want the offensive guard who could also play right tackle at a high level. So there's that. But I'm curious to see what the next pick here is going to be.
All right. So this next one that we're going to be giving away is actually really cool, man.
Caleb Lomu. Fuck is that?
We're going to need a really good trivia question for this one, Alex, because this is a really cool giveaway.
Okay.
We are giving away a signed Sterling Shepard jersey.
Dang. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good giveaway.
It's got a JSA certification on it. If you Can't see it.
Wow.
See it when you get it. So we need to come up with a really good giveaway question.
Sterling Shepard was one of my favorite players, favorite Giants over the years. Just bald. Just a good, dependable dude.
Well, there goes Peter Woods. Damn it.
Ah, damn, that sucks.
Shit, that's a good pick. All right, so let's come up with a good trivia question.
Yes, like Sean said, make sure to like the stream and subscribe if you're new. Much appreciated, my friends.
Appreciate it.
We could ask this. Oh, see, Mark Cooper to KC. Is that what just happened?
No, that's not. I think he's making a prediction, but I actually saw
okay.
Picked. That wasn't the pick.
Okay, thank God. Interesting. We could do like what running back took a week 17 last game of the season against the Washington Commanders a couple years ago. Housed like a 75-yard run last game of the season. Didn't matter. It was freezing cold. I was at the game. What running back did that?
Which season?
Like, must have been like 4 years ago. Wasn't Wayne Gallman.
I don't even know the answer to this question.
Wasn't David Wilson either. Although I wish he didn't hurt himself.
You sure it wasn't Wayne Gallman? Everybody thinks it's Wayne Gallman.
I don't think it was Wayne Gallman. I'm pretty sure it was who I'm thinking of.
For sure?
I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of the right guy. And I think you're like, oh, yeah. Wasn't Rashad. Nope. Not Eric Gray. He's one of those guys you just loved. You just loved those guys. You just like, this is one of those guys you can't hate.
All right. Hold on. I think I know who you're talking about, but this was not 4 years ago. This was way longer.
I don't think it was that much.
If I'm right, I'm gonna ask a
It was between 4 and 6 yards.
I'm gonna ask a follow-up question. I'm gonna ask a follow-up question. Who wore 26 before Saquon Barkley? Am I right?
Oh, someone got it.
Who wore 26 before Saquon Barkley? It was way longer than 4 years ago, bro.
Was it Orleans Darkwa?
That was Saquon
was
Barkley.
It longer than?
Was drafted in 2018. So that means
when was Orleans Darkwa?
JP wins. JP wins.
JP wins. When was he? Damn,
that was a bad question, bro.
You know what? I'm trying to figure. When was he even on the Giants then? He was last on the Giants in 2017.
2017.
Oh, I said 4 and. Damn, bro, that was 9 years ago. Holy,
you're talking about a decade ago, and you're like, a couple of years ago,
dude. Anyway, I don't know. I got
JP,
old fast.
You know the drill. DM me at Anthony_Rivardo on Twitter, or DM at Fireside Giants on Instagram. DM one of those two platforms, and we will get you the jersey. If you don't want it, just let us know in the chat, and we will pass it along to somebody else.
Dude, damn, that was 9 years ago. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. Nah, I'm sorry, guys. I just got old fast. I'm sorry. Like life just
got it though.
Somebody still got. Well, people were saying Rashad Jennings, which is like even longer.
That was even longer.
Even longer back than Orleans Darkwa.
Yeah, that was a lot longer than 4 years ago, though. I was like, he can't be talking about Darkwa because Darkwa is my guy. You know what, bro? I've got a Darkwa T-shirt. Have I ever shown you this? This is how you know I'm a diehard New York Giants fan. Nobody can ever question how much of a Giants fan I am if I pull out this Orleans Darkwa T-shirt. I don't even know where it is.
JP says to give the jersey to somebody else, so you have to pick some. You have to have another question now.
All right, fair enough. All right, we'll have to find another question.
So who did the Chiefs end up taking, man?
Peter Woods.
Oh, right. Oh, that's a good pick for them. He's going to learn so much from Mr. Chris Jones.
Yeah, what if we give this away though, Alex? This is a relic of the past. This is longtime Fireside Giants fans. All right, here's the question. I'll throw a bonus in there, but you'll get the Shepherd jersey. I used to be dubbed the leader of a specific fan club. Alex, you remember that, right?
I mean, you've been the leader of multiple fan clubs, so I
No, there's a
believe.
specific one. We made merch about it. The something something fan club. I was
So
the
I'm not. I mean,
self-proclaimed leader of the blank blank fan club. If you know what it is, if you've been around for a while, drop it in the chat. Mike, that's not what it was.
pretty sure that's what it was. I remember making merch about it.
Got it. Sam got it.
The Joe Judge
I was
fan
the leader of the
club.
Joe Judge fan club.
I thought it was the
Got it,
Deontay
Sam.
Banks fan club at first.
No, I low-key was the leader of that. No,
The
Sam,
Drinker
you're 100%
Ovaltine.
right. The Joe Judge fan club. So
That's awesome.
you know the drill. DM me on Twitter, Anthony_Rivardo, or at Fireside Giants on Instagram if you want the jersey. And we also have the infamous Joe Judge jersey that I'm going to
my God. You made that? Where did you even acquire that?
Yeah, NFLshop.com. It's one of my
They sold
that I
those?
wish I could get back. No.
They sold
custom made it.
are you custom? Dude.
I wish I could get that money back.
That is a significant waste of money.
Yeah, but no, significant for sure.
Oh,
But
the Jets got Omar.
a write-off.
It's a good pick for them. It's a good pick for them.
Joe Judge fan club. The Joe Judge jersey is crazy, isn't it? I got to get rid of this thing. It's like a bad omen in my house. So yeah, you just let me know, Sam. DM me at one of those accounts, and then if you want the jersey, I'll send it your way. If not, just let us know in the chat, and we will continue to pass things along.
Damn, dude, the Jets got Omar Cooper Jr. That's such a good pick for them.
Did they really?
He's gone to. He's dead though. That's a place to. I mean, you're going to the Jets. Your career's over. I feel bad for him. They're going to do exactly what they did to Elijah Moore to that poor guy.
Wow. Yeah. True.
Like.
All right, Sam's gonna message me. So awesome. Cool, man. You you earned that one for sure because crazy poll.
That is crazy. I thought it was the Deontay Banks fan club, but I was like, I don't remember making merch about that one.
No, the Joe Judge fan club.
Damn. Garrett, Adonai Mitchell, and Omar Cooper Jr. At least their receiver room is pretty strong. And then maybe they get a quarterback at some point.
Yeah, who the hell is throwing him the ball, though?
Turning around to see Geno Smith winding up. I guess it's better than Justin Fields. Ugly
Real.
things happening in one Jets drive.
True.
Damn.
Shout out to the Jets, man. The Jets are going to jet, but you know what? That's a good pick. That's the thing, though, with the Jets.
It is a good pick.
They make a lot of good picks, and then they squander those picks.
To destroy everybody.
Christian, I don't know if we did see your super chat. I'm going to pull it up. Oh, yeah, I missed a couple of super chats here. That's my fault, guys. J-Dub said, I just need Reese to tackle, not do taxes. That is my favorite super chat. I love that one. Yes, I don't care what his GPA was. I only care about how many sacks he gets, how many tackles he gets. Great super chat, J-Dub. Thank you.
The memes about Joe Shane right now online or on Twitter are absolutely out of control.
You got to send them to me. I haven't seen them, but you got to send them to me so I can make some Fireside Giants Instagram posts. H50 Pharaoh, thank you for the super chat. What do you think about the Cowboys and Eagles trade? I hope Lemon is a lemon. I think it was a good trade for both teams. They both got the players that they wanted. And you know what? Lemon's a dog, but I hope that he proves not to be. That's it. But yeah, it's interesting how those two teams keep trying to trade up with each other and hurt the New York Giants. Man, screw them.
Yep.
Right, Alex?
Yep. Ah, the Jets. Damn you, Jets.
Why are you freaking out about the Jets right now? What is going on?
Because they took my guy, Omar Cooper Jr., man.
Oh.
That's my player. That's the guy I want. He's one of my favorite receivers in this draft.
Yeah, I like him.
But now he's gonna be ruined. His career is over. So sad seeing guys you love, players you love.
I know. Yep,
go to the Jets.
True. All right.
that New
Christian,
Jersey's
thank you for the
code
super chat. Christian says, would it be good value to get Jermon McCoy at number 37 overall? Yes and no. It's good value if he's healthy, but if he's not healthy, then it's bad value. So it's tough to tell. It's going to depend on each team's specific medical evaluation. If it were me, I probably wouldn't risk Jermon McCoy at number 37 overall because I think from what I was hearing earlier today on the Rich Eisen show, it was something about he needs a scope. He needs to replace something in his knee. When I hear knee replacement, that's when I turn sour on a prospect.
McCoy.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason he's sliding right now because nobody knows. I mean, like you said, he didn't play last year and he has to get another surgery. This is what
something has to be replaced in his knee. That's why I don't.
Yeah, hell no. This was like 20 years old as a knee replacement surgery. Not going to do that. What was that? Who was that cornerback the Titans took a couple years back that I remember being like, this dude's gonna he was never healthy. Yes, Caleb Farley. What a miss.
Listen, Farley could have been a good player. Farley had a really tragic off the field incident that I really think derailed his career. I don't know if you remember this.
Probably.
His house burned down and he lost his dad in fire or something crazy. Yeah. I think he could have been a good player if that didn't happen so early in his career. I mean, I don't know how you overcome something like that.
You don't. You don't overcome something like that.
It's sad, bro.
His house exploded.
I know. But H50 made the super chat saying, is Fano better than MAUIGOA? No, I don't think so. I had MAUIGOA graded higher on my personal grades, but who cares about mine? Look at the actual NFL analyst grades. They have MAUIGOA higher for sure. Yes, the Browns went with Fano over MAUIGOA. That's one of two things. Number one, the Browns are going to do what the Browns do. They're going to make bad picks. That's the Cleveland Browns. Number two, Spencer Fano is a more seamless fit directly to right tackle, which is what the Browns wanted. MAUIGOA might have to move inside to guard, and the Giants want him to. So that's the difference there. So MAUIGOA is the better prospect because he's absolutely the better guard prospect. Fano might be the better, cleaner transition directly to right tackle at the NFL. That's why the Browns took him ahead of MAUIGOA.
Yeah.
But I think MAUIGOA, I think he's a better overall player any day of the week.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on your preference. Like every team has different players ranked differently, but yeah, I appreciate the super chat. And MAUIGOA is going to maul. He's going to maul. And we have Greg Roman on our coaching staff, guys. Don't forget that. This is going to be a run-first offense. It's going to be heavy play action, lots of screens, lots of quick throws. That's what this offense is going to be. Quick shooting, fast, just power running. And MAUIGOA is going to lead the charge. Can't hate that. Can't hate that at all.
Did the Bills trade down 3 times? Am I tripping?
They're out of the first round now.
3 times, bro. Yeah, they're not even making a first-round pick. They traded down 3 times, bro.
So Seattle's on the board now.
Yeah, and Seattle wanted to trade down. Let's see if they do. And like I said, that's why we're still alive, because what if the Giants trade up to 32 for a defensive tackle? Obviously, Peter Woods is off the board, but hey, we might be going into day 2 with Caden McDonald on the board.
Yep. This is a crazy story. Apparently, when the Eagles traded up for Mekhi Lemon, he was on the phone with the Steelers. So when they tried to call him, he wasn't available because he was talking to Pittsburgh, which doesn't make any sense, I guess.
Crazy. Pittsburgh had the 21st pick. Yeah, they had the next pick.
Wow, that's crazy. They're like, yeah, you're a Steeler, and then suddenly you're an Eagle. I guess probably better off, honestly. He's probably happy about that.
For sure. Although either way, he was screwed. He doesn't have a quarterback throwing him the ball.
Yep. That's also true.
He's never going to sucks.
Yeah.
Shout out to this great super chat right here from New Jersey. Justin saying, I will die for Jackson Dart. A, so would I. B, so would Francis MAUIGOA.
Yeah, man. I will die for Jackson Dart. Would you die for Jackson Dart, Anthony?
I just said I would. Listen to me, bro. Come on, bro.
Sorry, John Harbaugh was speaking in my ear. He was talking to Arvelle Reese, and I had to listen. Had to. So we're in the last pick now, eh? We got the Seahawks on the clock. Don't take my guy.
Making a pick and not trading down, so I'm curious to see who they select.
I mean, they have a good interior defensive line. I don't need Katie McDonald, but who's available here? I mean, they
You know
could
what
take
I
another
need? I need
receiver.
everybody in the chat. Everybody in the chat needs to rank the quarterbacks in the NFC East right now. You too, Alex. Come on.
You want me to say it out loud?
Yeah, rank the quarterbacks in the NFC East.
I mean, realistically, Dak Prescott's got to be at the top of the list as just a pure quarterback. He's probably number 1. I would say right now Jackson Dart is number 2.
Over your boy?
Over my board, Dart. I mean, right now, yeah, for sure. Just based on
Dart over your boy.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Well, the only reason I'm saying that is because Jaden Daniels can't stay healthy. So if he was healthy, yeah, sure. But like, right now he needs to prove otherwise. Like we saw a lot of Marcus Mariota last year, which we lost to Marcus Mariota last year, so that sucks. But we were at that game, unfortunately. And I think I'd say Dak, Dart, Jaden Daniels because of the injuries, and then Mr. Jalen Hurts, who is seemingly incapable of throwing the football anymore. Yes.
Okay.
Snow Bunny King knows what he's talking about.
I love that name. I really do. All right, I'll go with the same rankings. I like those rankings. I don't know.
The Seahawks pick is in.
Yeah, I saw who it was.
Jameis Winston over Jalen Hurts. As a pure quarterback, honestly, you can make the argument. As a pure throwing,
or as a dual threat, since Jameis Winston's an elite receiver.
Yeah. You could make that argument too. It's a bad one, but you can make it. Ay. That's a good pick. These memes are crazy. None of these can go on social media.
Which ones? What are you talking
about? I'm just like, you just go on Twitter and you just
me, bro.
The craziest things I've ever seen on Twitter, man. Twitter is just a horrible place to live.
Let's before we wrap up this stream, let's do 2 things. Number 1, I'm going to give another shout out to Prize Picks.
Wow, Peter Schrager was right.
About what? Arvelle Reese?
Giants taking Reese.
Yeah, he was. Did he have Reese and MAUIGOA? Who did he have?
I don't remember. Maybe.
I know I posted.
That's pretty crazy.
I gotta scroll down and find it. I gotta find it. Hold on. Let me find it. All right. He had Arvelle Reese and Jordan Tyson. Tyson was off the board. So
okay. Yeah. So it was impossible.
He was so I posted 8 mock drafts on the Fireside Giants Instagram yesterday. The only one who had them taking Arvelle Reese was Peter Schrager.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But
wow. Damn.
Lance's Zero Line had them taking Francis MAUIGOA, and so did Mel Kiper.
Interesting.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a reasonable cause.
This was a wild card of a draft. This was definitely a wild card of a draft. All right, so let me give a quick shout out to Prize Picks before we dive into best available going into day 2 of the draft before we, of course, end this live stream since it is pretty late, but we've got a little bit more left in store for you guys. All right, so quick shout out to the sponsor of today's episode, Prize Picks. If you aren't playing on Prize Picks just yet, you're missing out. Prize Picks is America's #1 sports pick app. It's a daily fantasy sports platform, and it's super easy to use, Alex. There are no complicated lines to worry about. You just pick more or less on a few players' stats, and you lock in your lineup. Incredibly straightforward, and Prize Picks is also available in most states, including California, Texas, and Florida, and New Jersey, and New York. Very easy to use and very accessible. One of the coolest parts about Prize Picks, Alex, it has a feature that allows you to follow your friends or creators just like us. You can follow me at Anthony Rivardo. You can follow Alex at Alex Wilson, ESM. So definitely follow us on Prize Picks, tail our picks, and get them before we even post them here on the channel. So if you want to get in on the action, download the app using code HMA and the link in the description. You'll get $50 in lineups instantly when you play your first $5 lineups. Good luck, enjoy the games, and remember to play responsibly and tail our lineups as well throughout the season on Prize Picks. So definitely check out Prize Picks. Thank you to Prize Picks for sponsoring the stream. All right, so Alex, best available going into day 2 of the NFL draft. Who you got? Who's the best available?
Right now, I mean, Jamal McCoy obviously will be at the top of any list you see, but I don't feel comfortable taking him
Yeah,
based on all the concerns. Avion Terrell's one that's interesting, out of Clemson.
for sure.
Good feel, good in zone, good in
Yeah.
man. He's a solid player. Obviously there's limitations to his game. But the Giants, they kind of have to throw a dart at cornerback at some point. So it's either him or it's got to be, Denzel Boston still on the board. One of Avion Terrell, Denzel Boston, or Kenny McDonald should be a Giant. One of those three guys probably ends up a Giant. Just depends who's going to be there at 37, right? You have 33, 34, 35, 36. You have 4 players that have to go off the board before then, before the Giants get to their pick. So those are the guys that I'm looking at.
Me too. If we hadn't taken MAUIGOA, I would have been talking about how Besantis and Pregnon were there. But I think with MAUIGOA, we probably pass on any guards. I think now we're looking at defensive tackle. Caden McDonald and Kristen Miller are there on the board. I mean, those are some pretty good defensive tackles available. Only 2 cornerbacks went in the first round. So like you said, Jermod McCoy, if you're comfortable with the injuries, which I'm not, he's an option. Colton Hood is an option. Avion Terrell is an option. D'Angelo Pons is, of course, an option. We've talked about him before. And then at wide receiver, you still have Jeremy Bernard out of Alabama. That's definitely one to be interested in. There's definitely some good prospects available on the board, Alex. How about Jacob Rodriguez, even out of Texas Tech? I mean, maybe not since, they took Arville Reese, but I think if I have to give you my top prospect that I want the Giants to land tomorrow, it's Caden McDonald or it's Kristen Miller or maybe it's a Lee Hunter. I need to see a defensive tackle come off the board tomorrow.
Yeah. We want to know how I know Jacob Rodriguez is going to be a good player, though.
I don't know how.
Tremendous girth on his neck. Just look at his picture on ESPN. Just
okay.
When you see it, you'll know what I mean.
I'm looking.
If you just go to best available in the NFL draft section on ESPN and just click his name, you'll see what I mean. See?
That guy's gonna be a stud.
Yeah, I know. I saw
double points for the mustache, bro. The mustache is straight Mike Ditka vibes.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
All right, so that's what we should do then. Let me tell you. So out of the defensive tackles available tomorrow, Caden McDonald, Kristen Miller, those are the guys that I want the Giants to target for sure. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, gotta. McDonald would be a home run pick for the Giants. And then you obviously have the guys I mentioned over before too, with Avion Terrell. And what was the other guy I said? I said Denzel Boston as well. So, yeah, there's one of those 3 players.
Sick, bro. Denzel Boston.
Yeah, one of those guys.
Let me say this, bro. Denzel Boston is like a clone of Michael Pittman Jr. He would be awesome. I would love Denzel Boston in the second round. I didn't like Denzel Boston as a first-round prospect. He was going in the first round on a lot of mock drafts. I wouldn't have liked him in the first round. But in round 2, love him. Love him. Give me Denzel Boston at 37.
Yeah, him or McDonald. Yeah, we'll take one of those 2 guys, right? Like, even if you move up a spot or 2 to make sure you get the one that you want, that's okay. You can give a 6th-round pick and move up 1 or 2 spots.
Agreed.
Do it.
100%.
Make that move. But yeah, it was a fun draft. A lot of people did not like what we did today, especially on Twitter. The reactions are, we passed up on what we needed for the best players on the draft and whatever. People think Caleb Downs is the best. People think this guy's better, whatever. It doesn't matter. None of it really matters. We will find out what the right decision was in the future. Very soon, in fact, we will find out, in terms of impact. And listen, it can't be upset building through the trenches. Can't be upset. I mean, Arvelle Reese is going to play linebacker alongside Tremaine Edmonds, and it's going to be fun. This dude, if you're a bit upset about Arvelle Reese, just go watch him. Just after the stream ends, go to YouTube, put his highlights on, and see how insanely dynamic he is. He is like a freaking alien the way he moves, man. Like he awesome. Just flies to the football.
We didn't talk much about Arvelle Reese on this channel because we just never thought he'd be there for the Giants at 5. No. But I mean, he's a beast, man. I'm a huge Arvelle Reese fan. I'm super happy about this. Super exciting.
I'm satisfied with for now, obviously, but time will tell. Time will tell.
For sure, man. So anyway, guys, with that being said, can't thank you enough for how many people showed up and showed out. We still have 371 people out here. I think we had at one point, Alex, somewhere around 700 people on YouTube, live viewers. That's pretty damn awesome. So, guys, we'll be back at it tomorrow. Our highest viewed live stream of last year was actually day 3 of the NFL draft. So I'm really looking forward to that. I know. So tonight was awesome. Tomorrow is going to be awesome. Saturday is going to be awesome. We'll be live all 3 days of the draft right here to give you instant analysis and reaction to every pick that the New York Giants make and all the other teams, because why not? So thanks again, guys. Really can't thank you enough for all the support that you showed. Like I said, if you won one of the giveaways, DM me on Twitter at Anthony_Rivardo or DM the Instagram at Fireside Giants, and we will get you guys those giveaways. But we got a ton of super chats, and guys, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for that. Really do appreciate all the love and how generous you guys were all night long. So really awesome. I really appreciate everybody's viewership. Thank you so much for tuning in all night. Thank you to Prize Picks for sponsoring this episode. Alex, I'll give you a chance to kind of give some final thoughts before we wrap this thing up.
Yeah, we're going into year, 7 or 8 doing this. So we got a lot to do this year, my friends. We got a lot to do. Harbaugh's in charge. We got some really talented, fun players. We got our quarterback. We got guys coming back from injury. It's going to be a fun year. And you guys know us. We'll be here every single day, win or loss. That will never change. And should be fun, man. Like this, for once, we have a coaching staff that should give us confidence that we can turn this ship around and be successful. So I appreciate you guys for sticking around with us all these years, all these days and weeks, and watching us grow up while we're doing this at the same time. So it's pretty special for us, and really appreciate you guys being part of the community. So much love as always, and we'll catch you tomorrow for day 2 of the draft.
For sure. Much love, like Alex said. And yeah, the growing up part is crazy. I don't even think I was in college when we started this. I'm several years removed from college now, which is insane. This is how long we've been doing the show. So if you guys have been here from day 1, if you just got here last week, either way, we thank you. We appreciate you. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Fireplace and Sean, especially for being moderators of the chat tonight. So we really do appreciate you guys and your loyalty to this channel. Thank you guys so much. Like we said, we'll be live tomorrow. We'll also have a video uploaded on the channel tomorrow, kind of recapping day 1, giving our takes and grades on the first 2 selections that the New York Giants made. So definitely tune into that and tune into tomorrow's stream. Until then, guys, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, ring the bell so you don't miss an episode or a live stream. We'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one, and let's go New York Giants. Arville Reese and Francis MAUIGOA, baby. Woo!